went from what,
Right.
8,000 to
Good
2,000 employees. Is what I've
morning,
heard. I don't know what the latest count
everybody.
is
And it's
right now.
Good
improved. And Twitter's
morning.
improved.
It's down
Back again.
dramatically, but it is interesting.
Hello, 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 hello. I think I'm here by myself, so let me go ahead, just in case somebody's catching this in the replay, to take care of some housekeeping. Hello, my name is Sandra, and welcome to my channel From Lack to Legacy. On this channel, we're all things money, investing, and mindset, particularly how to go from a scarcity mindset to a mindset of abundance. If this sounds like something that you're interested in, please stay. You have found your people. What we are is a community of beginning traders, experienced traders, and everything in between. But we check in on one another here in the morning. We check with each other throughout the day. We encourage one another. We share knowledge. So that's where you have landed. If that sounds like something that you need in your life, you have found the right folks. Anybody knows I started trading less than a year ago, way less, like 6 months ago. And I was trading in isolation and I hated it. So I decided to create this community in my kitchen in Playa del Carmen. And consequently, I moved from Playa and I've relocated to another wonderful Mexican town that I'll be telling y'all all about. So stay tuned for that because I'm not just a trader. I mean, I bounce around Mexico a little bit. I pop around a bit. And so I'd like to share that with you guys too, because I really have found a place that I love. Not that I didn't love Playa, I just didn't love my apartment there. I didn't love the energy as much as I did when I first got there. So I have moved on and I'm here. So let's get looking at some trades for today. Hey, Shauna, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please don't forget like, subscribe, and share. And if you are trading something, please drop it down in the chat. I'd like to know what you're trading. Or if you just watching, that's acceptable too. Just drop it down. Let me know what you're doing today. And we're gonna see. I gotta look over here at QQQ. I can tell you yesterday it was good. Ah, man, don't be greedy. When you see profits, take them because I bought 2 calls, 2 puts. I abandoned the calls right away, kept my puts because I do believe that I've got some time on those. I've got 7 days. I do believe that they are going to be profitable in that 7 days. But exactly what did QQQ do after hours? Had I sold, I would have sold at a profit. Should have sold. Didn't. Held on to them because I was going to swing them. And so now I'm in a swing with 2 puts, and QQQ is, shimmying up the pole, the exact opposite direction I need her to shimmy. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Hopefully, we'll see her come down today. I need her to get down to 293 and some change. Anything under 293 would be helpful. And so she's gone in the opposite direction. So that's what it is. But come on in, get yourself some coffee, get yourself some tea, stay for as long as you like. You know how we do. Bop in, bop out, do whatever it is you got to do. Because I'm going to be doing the same. I have discovered, y'all, through the process of doing this, which is all discovery for me because I've done none of this before. I've never traded before. I never had a YouTube channel before. I never lived in Mexico before. So you all are really experiencing life with me like in real time. Hey, so I don't know that at this, my tender age that I can do all day. I tried it yesterday. I was like, oh no. After lunch, I was like, It's and I'm not going to even say that I can't handle it in terms of stamina, but Guadalajara has wonderful restaurants. They have wonderful parks. It's a lot to see in this city. And I think for my own mental health, it is up to me to go see these places and report back to y'all and tell y'all what's the good, what's the real on Guadalajara. And that's what I was missing in Playa. You all know I was trading all day in that dark apartment. Hey, Global Granny, welcome. Hey, L. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. It just makes me smile every time y'all pop back in here. It's like, oh my God, we're back together again. I think somebody put it in the chat yesterday. The gang's back together. Yes, we are all here, and I'm so happy to see you all. So y'all know I'm trading QQQ. Oh Lord, I don't know. I think after maybe a few more months, I may broaden my horizons. I've spent a significant amount of time with QQQ and I feel comfortable. I learned a lot. using that equity. I learned an awful lot because it's pretty consistent in that she is hectic and schizophrenic. She'll go up, she'll go down, up, down all day. But that's great for trading. But I think I might want to slow it down and find a ticker that's a little slower. I keep saying this, I'm going to go trade for it. I do need to trade for it. But I'll keep y'all posted. Y'all see every step of the way. So today, I think I said all that to say I'm not going to be trading all day live. Nope, nope, nope. I think I'm gonna do these 2 mornings, like 2 mornings a week, maybe up to 12 or 1 o'clock, something like that. Because you all know in the middle of the day, it consolidates. And so for a large part of the day, I'm just sitting here looking at the screen, which I don't mind doing. But in my real life, would I be doing that? Nope. I would probably turn away. So I think what it is morphing into is 2 mornings a week for live trading. And then, y'all, I got to go live some life. Guadalajara is begging for me to come outside. I didn't feel that way in Playa. Playa was, the energy was different. This is a real city that begs you to come outside and play. Yes, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So let me go over here and peek and see what QQQ is doing. To be honest with y'all, oops, whoops, whoops. Where's my phone? Okay. I can't keep the time straight because I think I'm back on Central Time. The market opens at Eastern Standard Time. That's a lot. All these time things. You know, this wasn't an issue back in the day because nobody was swapping time zones. This thing is still shimmying all the way up to the top. Jesus, do Jesus. And pre-market, what? I cannot. I cannot. We will see. We'll see what happens. Okay, let me get this thing set up. Because if she's going to insist on going up, then maybe I need to start with some fresh calls for the day. So I'll keep y'all posted on that as well. And Shauna, when are you coming to PV? Because I was thinking about coming to PV. There's a Black History something happening at the end of the month. So I was thinking about going to PV from the 25th until, whatever. It's such a good life. Sean, I can't wait till you get out here because PV is really not far. It's a very inexpensive plane ride from Guadalajara. And I'm telling you, I'm loving Guadalajara, y'all. Great restaurants. I can't help but compare to Playa. I can't help it because that's where I was for the last almost year and a half. Okay, we got 2 more minutes before opening bell. So let me get my mind right, y'all. And remind me to update y'all on the wonderful restaurants and the parks, Guadalajara. But there was like a little forest fire yesterday. I'll have to see. I don't know how to insert footage. But yeah, in the mountains. I'm very far from the mountains, although I can see the mountains all around. I'm far from them. But yeah, it was a little forest fire. Shauna, we'll be in the same place. Oh my goodness. But look, y'all, I'm so bad, Shauna. I haven't even made my airline reservation yet. But it's like a really close domestic flight. I think it's less than $100. So whatever. But yes, okay. So hopefully I will see you there, Shauna. Yay! And then, are you coming to Guadalajara from there? Because that would be that would be a lot of fun. Okay, let me get over here and see what this thing is doing. I'm gonna take you all off of this. I'm gonna remove, because I got to go in this account and I didn't flash my information to the world enough. Oh, this is my blankies. I need those. Cover up my ankles. All right, y'all. I'm going in to see, peeps. I'm going in to see. Okay. Let me get a. I gotta get a Let me see what she's doing. Okay, good. We start now. We dropping. That's a beautiful thing because that thing was giving me a headache right first thing in the morning. Can't have that fresh out the gate. Okay, let's see what we're doing.
It's here and now. Pretty remarkable. At least at Papa John's, Jim, Digital transactions now 85% of the total. Certainly, we've definitely changed the way we order pizza. Right. Let's get the opening bell here. That's why I say it's demand, because they got that.
Okay, I'm just looking at this chart. Okay, come on, QQQ. Coming down. 298. 297.81. Okay, there we go. Going in the right direction.
Jim, the host of consumer names this morning, not doing so well. I mean, that's the pizza names, but Keurig, Dr. Pepper, Dollar General, Wayfair, wider than expected loss. What do you think's going on?
Yeah, 65. Okay, so cool. Long as we going down, that's a wonderful thing. So let's see. I'm not going to add anything. I'm just going to roll today so that it'll be a very unstressful day and we can talk. Hey, Frank. Yeah, the gang's out here. Hey, Nyrel. I miss y'all. I'm just here to learn something while I work on a pitch. Please just listen in. I promise you it'll be so painless. Frank, Happy New Year. Yep, it's been a while, but I sure miss y'all. I'm glad everybody is here, though. I guess I better pull myself together. Y'all know I'm glad to be just back in the number. If you're in, don't forget like, subscribe, share, do all the things, press all the buttons. You can't go wrong if you hit a button down there. Any of the buttons work. That's fine by me. Let me get over here and see. Okay, I'm going to add QQQ back in. Let me make sure I got the right view. Bam. Yep. Let me peek at this. Okay. 297. Perfect. Okay. And we're going to add that back into the stream. And we're back in business. We are back in business.
Really rather extraordinary. Igniting all of the NASDAQ. David, when you have something where you have the best in the business saying, you know what, everything.
Hey, Johnny. Hey, y'all. Welcome, 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 everybody. Oh, happy birthday. I almost missed that comment. Oh, shoot. Happy birthday. Let's say happy birthday, Johnny.
We got a sell to hold. Intel doesn't have what it takes. Got nothing for Intel. There was a positive note from Morgan Stanley signing limited.
Happy birthday. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning. Hey, Nyrel. Hi, everybody. Okay, so we're watching QQQ do her thing. Kathy, I promise you, I'm setting my alarm so I can get up to journal. You all, Kathy does journaling in the morning. And Kathy, can you let us know, is it every morning? And what is the time? Because I was just confessing that this Eastern time and Central time and Mountain time, y'all, it's got me messed up. Got me messed up. That is no joke. So, hey, I just need to know, like, what time. Is it 7:30? And that's probably 6:30 my time, because I missed it this morning and I was up at 7:30. So it must be 6:30 my time. But you all, please, I gotta get journaling. Y'all come join Kathy in the morning so we can all journal together. I don't know if y'all got anything to journal about, but I do. So I gotta go get another nice journal. I think I told Kathy what happened with my journal. It started out as a great journal, y'all, and before you know it, it turned into a trading journal, and before you know it, it turned into my grocery list and my life. Now I'm just organizing my life in my journal. I don't think that's how that's supposed to go. Not sure, but pretty sure that's not how it's supposed to go. So, yep. Okay. So oh yes, look at these red candles. Okay. So just so you know what we're cheering for today, we're cheering for QQQ to get down to 292, 293 or something. I bought 2 puts yesterday. Yes, Lord, I need her to move just like she moving. And of course, I'm going to go check on the money. And of course, what did she do but go up? So, although I knew the overall trend, because based on my chart, I shouldn't say it like that. I picked those puts because the overall chart, the daily chart, which I'm not going to be in this trade very long, the daily chart suggested that the price would be going down. So that's why I purchased them in the first place. So it wasn't a guess. I did have a thesis. and I will show you what I'm talking about. So let me just check on these here pennies and see how much we need to go down, how far. Okay, so 3 we'll put it at 94. We'll see, maybe $3. It was the gains that it made overnight, so it went up $3 since yesterday. So I needed to come down that 3. We'll see. She's doing her thing. Okay, so I'll add this back into the thingy maboodle. Okay, so you can see she's shimmying down. I don't know. Let me make sure I got it on the 5 minutes time frame. Okay. So there we go. And so just so you guys kind of know what we're looking at, I like the 5 minute and the 3 minute. It really does show the pattern that I'm looking for really well. So you can see QQQ is coming down 297.28. Just keep on coming down. 25. This is all good for me. The only reason I switch it, and I've said this before, is because 5 minute candles, that's a long time before you get some feedback. So a 3 minute candle, same equity, it looks a little different. I can honestly see that, oh yeah, this is the real deal. You can see this crossover here and these red bars starting to come in on our MACD and the size of these volume bars. This is all good. You can see this top to bottom thing that she does. So, we'll see. The RSI was here at the top, start at the top. You love to see that. That's a perfect, we don't want to see her turn up like that. Did you see that RSI take a turn and turn up? That's not what we want to see. We want to see it continue to angle down. But, these are all good for us. 297.14. If it gets under 297, yes, that's beautiful. It's all good. It's all good. And you can see the lemon squeeze down here. Yes, I call it the lemon squeeze. I know it's the TTM squeeze, but I like it because it's really easy to read. It's color coded. You can see that when the trend is going up, of course, look at the bars getting bigger and they're nice and bright. You can see as the trend starts to change, the bars turn colors and they diminish in size. That coordinates with what you see going on in the chart. This is why I said trading, this is the easy part. Looking at this chart and just trying to study and make connections and patterns, that's the easy part, y'all. Getting in and out of these trades, that's the hard part because you're getting your own way. Yep. Okay, perfect. Kathy says, journal with me on Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sunday, 7 p.m. Perfect. I have to catch Sunday to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. And Kathy's channel, you can just put Kathy's name in. Kathy runs Wellside Retreats. Yes. And you're going to love, if you haven't listened to Kathy, you're going to love Kathy's voice. Kathy's voice is so calming. I swear to goodness, Kathy could sing the ABCs. She could read the ABCs to me. I would just be like, yep, what Kathy said. Because that's just how smooth her delivery is. So y'all, please go get you some good journaling. It's good for your spirit. It's just good for your soul. I need to be there, Kathy. But I'm going to buy me another journal. And this time I'm going to buy a nice one. Excuse me, y'all. I think if I buy a nice one, I'll treat it better. I picked up one that was, oh, Kathy, you're so welcome. I picked up one that wasn't, I just picked it up at not the dollar store, because I don't know, they have a dollar store here, but what's that little, I don't know if it's Japanese or Chinese, but it's like Missimo. Anyway, I picked it up and I didn't pay very much for it. And because of that, I think I didn't value it as much, because I started just writing all kinds of things in my journal. So I'm going to you can journal on scrap paper. That is so good to know because, okay, I won't let that stop me, Kathy, but I still think maybe I'm ready for a grown-up journal. I do. Maybe like something real nice and leather bound, or just something that just with a nice cover. Maybe it won't wind up as my grocery list. That's all. I'm just trying to encourage myself. Okay, so y'all see what QQQ is doing. Let me look at this real quick, because when those two candles come in side by side, or you see how that green candle, I got to wait till it totally forms, and I'll see if I can name that candle for you. I'm learning too, folks. If the body of this candle was totally, engulfed by this, then that would be a bearish engulfing candle. I'll pull the candle. Well, see that changed everything because now that candle is about equal. We'll see. I'll let it finish forming before I try to name it. But at any rate, you guys, I'm going to make this bigger so we can just talk about some basic stuff today. And I'll keep it real simple. You all know these are called candlesticks. And you know that the red ones are communicating to us that the price is going down. You can visually see that the price is going down. You can also see that the bears and people who want the market to go down or want price to decline are called bears. You can remember that because bears swipe down. And so you can clearly see that the bears were in charge for 3, 6, 9. And it looks like they're going to be in charge. Maybe we'll see. But for sure, we can read what's here. They were in charge for 3, 6, 9 minutes. For someone who may have jumped in right this morning, that would have been a clean little scalp. 9 minutes in and out. Um, the wicks on these candles for me signal that while the sellers, the red, the bulls, the bears might be in charge, there were buyers present. That's what these wicks show us. Because if this candle was just all solid red, that's something totally different. That's telling you bears were firmly in charge. The bulls were nowhere in sight. The sellers got overwhelmed by a preponderance of sellers, but that's not what happened. There were buyers in the market, and you can see that they exerted some pressure and they caused this price to react. And that's what these candle wicks, when you see these really long candle wicks, that's a real battle because it's literally a battle between buyers and sellers. And the longer these wicks are, the more contentious the battle is. And so for me, I like to see candles like this green candle here or this one here with no wicks. And that's what it clearly is communicating, that look, this is a great upward trend, and it can go on for a while. There are other things that are indicating that as well. If you look down at the MACD. So you've got all this wonderful stuff that these candlesticks are communicating to you. Not only who's in charge, not only the direction of price, but it also tells you something about the relationship between the buyers and the sellers. And that's important to know because generally when you see these candles that don't have these wicks, it's a strong indication that maybe the next candle will come in that same color. It's not a guarantee, but it's not much of a fight. These folks are clearly in charge. And it's not until you see this hammer that, yeah, I can see. Okay, here comes all these, now we've got some consolidation here. There was a signal right there. And so you want to learn to study candlesticks because candlesticks are the basics for technical analysis and volume, all that. I learned a really good lesson. Somebody taught me that lesson about volume. Volume matters too, because bulls or bears can be in charge, but if there's very little volume, very little selling, very little buying going on, that's an indicator. I think volume also has to do with momentum. If these volume bars are starting to get really, 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 really tiny, it can also be signaling that okay, this trend is waning as well. Because see, look, that's kind of like what's happening. This was a little symbol or a signal that hey, things not totally sweet. Input land, things are going to change, and then you get this really small candle like this and this change in direction. So that is my novice interpretation and my gift today about simple, why we read candlesticks and why is it important to understand what they're communicating to you in conjunction with these bars that tell us about how many people are actually moving in the market, along with your RSI, which tells you, you know, about the trend and is it coming to an end? Because we also know with our RSI whenever it gets up to 30, I mean, up to 70 or down to 30. Generally, that's a reaction, something the stock price will react. When it's up top like this, it's going to come down, not probably, it is eventually going to come down. And when it's down low like this, it's going to go back up. It's just a matter of time. And so you can use all of that to help inform your trades. And let me get back over here to the chat and see what's happening. I'll be back. See you, Johnny. How did QQQ end up yesterday? QQQ went up. Well, I was positive at the end of the day, Kathy. And what I should have done was taken the profits because I was profitable at the end of the day. It was a little profit, but I could have taken it. But because I had time, because when I buy a contract, I usually buy for a week, even if I'm intending to get in and out the same day, because, it's like buying insurance for new drivers. You want them to have good insurance because they might need it. And so that's what I do. I usually buy insurance, and by insurance, I mean, I get a contract that doesn't expire the same day because you got to be right that same day. I might not be right. So I get it 7 days out. That gives that trade plenty of time to work out. Um, then I usually purchase way up the options chain where those contracts are already in the money. So I'm not worried about that, those two things. So I could have taken the profit yesterday, but I won't say I was being greedy, but I wanted to see. I had time, and I figured if I left them for a little longer, I might be able to maximize the profit on those. Well, overnight, which is why, this is why people cash out and take the profit, big or small, because you're subject to all of this overnight. And so let me make this smaller. I'll make it by 4 hours, no, 30 minutes, and you'll be able to see what happened overnight. So this is where we ended. The price ended at 294, like 25. And you see where it is now. It's 297. So it jumped up all of this. I needed to come all the way back down, please. So we'll see. We got 6 more days on that contract for it to shimmy down. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that it gets, oh Lord, what the heck? Oh Lord, that's not what I want to see. But you'll take this ride with me, folks. We'll see. Um, and that's it. So I'm not doing anything else. Because I have that out there, I know people who trade multiple companies, multiple contracts. I just don't, because I need to focus on this one thing. And so that's what I do. I focus on this one. So you guys can see I changed this to a 30-minute time frame, and you can see how that candle changed. The view of that candle changed. Let's change it back to a 5-minute. I think that kind of tells you all those losses. You see all that. 2 candles. We're right back to where we started from, basically. Still down a little today. So we'll see. I'm just hoping. I'm not going to do anything else. To be honest with you, what I could do is, if you catch another trend, just ride it, because you could still be making money. If this were, let's see, if they clear this, if a candle closes above all of these, or, if I were to get into another trade, it would have to be one that I could close, get in and get out. I'm not interested in swinging two of anything. I just like to keep it simple. 2 contracts for me. I watch and I learn, and then I just tell you all what I see and hope somebody will save me from myself. So that's what QQQ did yesterday. Just chilling. QQQ shot up. I needed her to go down. So we'll see. That's that's it. If you guys have any questions, please drop them down in the chat. I can do, I do technical analysis things. If we're talking about how to enter a trade, I know some basic book stuff, but am I good at entries? No, my entries suck because I get emotional. I'm just telling y'all. So this is what you don't want to do. You don't want to be emotional. Um, yeah, that's no bueno in trading. Okay, so let me tell you all about yesterday. There was seemingly like a forest fire. Like I could see right out this window. Oh man. Later today, after we do some business stuff, I want you all to show you all this view because this view is amazing. I can see the mountains. I can see what's that town? Zaka. No, 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 no. Anyway, I just went there to visit this little cute little artsy town. Talakipaki. Listen, when you all come to Guadalajara, please look me up. Talakipaki is gorgeous. Y'all, I've been to some Pueblo Magicos and they're all great and cute. Talakipaki, cute, 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 festive, colorful, easy. It's an easy drive from Guadalajara to. So, okay, you got to see Talakipaki. Chapalita is a cute little neighborhood that's right outside of like the metropolitan Guadalajara area. Cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. I walked there the other day. Just cute, cute, cute. So I don't know. I'm just Guadalajara has stolen my little heart because it is a real city with infrastructure and buses and planes and trains and automobiles and all kind of stuff. It's just sweet. I just so you know for the next foreseeable time, I think I'll be spending some time here. Everybody knows I got to run home too for a little bit. Got to pick my phone up. I've been without a real phone. Yes, I've been using this poor little phone. Can y'all see that? Oh, and it does nothing. I can barely do anything with this phone. So if I haven't been in touch with you, it's because I can't make calls. All I can do is really text in Mexico and I can make calls to other Mexican numbers, but it's basically useless. Do you have Odor Stream, um, the paper trading to follow along with? There might be a stream with some paper trading, a paper trading session on it. Nirel, you know what I need you to do? Can you email me at from lack to legacy at gmail.com and then I'll send you the link to our Google thing, our Google Drive. Yep, I said the Google thing. Hey Deborah, if you send me your email, just email me at from lack to legacy at gmail.com. I will send you the link to the Google Drive. And in the Google Drive, there are sessions. There is one in particular where we go through how to paper trade and how, yeah. So just send me an email and I'll get it out to you. It is beautiful here. It is gorgeous here. I'm telling y'all, you know, it's beautiful. I want to spin this thing around so you all could see. I will. I promise I will. Because it's to be seen. Guadalajara does cityscapes very well. I don't know how the city planning was done, but it's beautiful. Um, there are tons of high rises, but the way that they're situated, they have some of the most and then you get to see all of the mountains and the beautiful sky. It's just, yeah, it's good. It's good, good, good. I may have to go over it. Y'all, I said I wasn't going to, but mm, okay with all these wicks. This is exactly what you would call chop. This is exactly what you would not trade in this morning. It's the chop. So, yep. If y'all are wondering what that scribble scrabble looks like on the chart today, it's called chop. Nobody wants to trade in it because you can't get a good trend going. Hey, Marilyn, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good morning. You can't get a good trend going, so we don't do chop. Oh, I'm telling you, when I tell you it's a real city, it's a real city. And I should know better because I grew up in a city. But y'all, I grew up in a city that had a beach. So that's Barcelona, a city with a beach. Playa was great. The beach was great until it wasn't. You all, I don't know if anybody is aware of the seaweed situation there. The seaweed is getting out of hand and it makes the beach smell. So there are parts of it that are really beautiful, but not nearly as beautiful as it used to be. Yes, CDMX, that's the same thing I said, Monique. I promise you, I said the same thing. Guadalajara feels like a much smaller CDMX, but it's got all of the good parts of CDMX. It's got all the good city parts. I'm telling you, Uber changed my life. Y'all, I was getting raked over the coals in Playa with taxis. Oh, they knew they had me going and coming because where I lived, you could only get there really, like especially if it was late at night, you could only get there by taxi. So they could tell you anything. They could tell you $25. What are you gonna do? Pay it because you got to get home. When I tell you, I don't think I've ever paid more than 79 pesos, 80 pesos for a taxi here. And I've gone everywhere. 79 pesos is like 80 pesos. That's like $4. So I can Uber my little self all over Guadalajara. And I have. I surely have. So yeah, it's a nice little fit. Yeah. And what I really appreciate too, and I've said it time and time again, is that they're neighborhoods. I like that. I grew up in a city that had neighborhoods, albeit Chicago is one of the most segregated cities in the world. But I understand neighborhoods. I understand working class neighborhoods. I understand that language. I understand the vibe of it, the feel. And so that was very comforting to come here and see they have for real legit neighborhoods, like neighborhoods with family homes that have a yard or a courtyard. It's just the cutest little thing, y'all. I'm just okay. So I've gone on and on and on. Book your tickets. The people here gonna be mad. They're like, Sandra, stop telling everybody how great it is. I can't. I can't. I have to tell you, and I have to tell you the truth. I'm trying to think what I will say. This I have seen a homeless population where I am more than I ever really saw in Playa. I don't think I ever really saw. There are homeless people, of course, but I didn't see them the way I see them here. This is like real city homeless people, for real, for real. Yeah. Like you could be walking down the street and somebody just materializes and you're like, wow, okay, that's city. That's pretty city. So it's city. It's city like that. It's city like I don't hang my phone out. I'm careful. It's city. So now I happen to have very good city sense. And, so that doesn't bother me that when I'm outside, there is an element where I am more acutely aware. Where in Playa, I was never worried about somebody snatching my phone. Although I did lose my phone in a taxi, I wasn't worried about that. So that's that. That's Guadalajara in a nutshell. Great food, city amenities, solid infrastructure. But we'll talk about the water. That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother something. Okay, so it's pretty much chop, which means I can keep talking to y'all. If you have some specific questions, if you want to know anything about the chart that we're looking at, please drop it in there. Drop the question. This is the perfect time for us to talk. I can go over anything that you see, like what is the RSI, the MACD. I go over that all the time. The lemon squeeze. Yes, I said lemon squeeze. It's a TTM squeeze. Please, nobody leave here asking somebody about the lemon squeeze. That's just what I call it. But yeah, we can go over that. We can go over candlestick. I can pull up the candlestick Bible. We can go over candlestick patterns or anything that you guys see fit. But what I have come up with, and I think I shared this and I'll share again, I have got to modify my schedule so that it is healthy for me physically, mentally, emotionally. And what I was doing in Playa was not healthy. I was trading all day, 5 days a week. It was beneficial to me in helping create the community and making folks know that I'm here. It was beneficial in that way. It was beneficial in accumulating the 4,000 hours that you need to monetize your channel. But it was killing me mentally. It was killing me physically because I would be too tired afterwards to go outside and walk or to go outside for a swim. And so I don't want to live like that. I came to Mexico to enjoy those amenities. And so my solution is to live trade with you guys like this. And I'm glad today's a good morning because it's not a lot going on. But to live trade 2 mornings where I might be trading, I might not be trading, but we can talk and converse. And I need to cut it off at noon. I need to go from 8:30 to noon. And then the rest of the day, it gives me time to go work out or do something. So that's what it is, folks. Walking towards the garden. Yes, the city is pretty. It's walkable. It is. It is so walkable. And by there being neighborhoods, that's what makes it so sweet because in a neighborhood, um, and I've noticed this in Europe too, they have everything. There's usually a park. Every neighborhood has their own church. Of course, they have stores. So everything is contained in that particular neighborhood. And that's how this is. So far, I stayed in Americana. That was the first one. I stayed in two different Airbnbs. The first one was the party Airbnb. You know, I didn't last. I didn't last a whole week. I was like, beautiful courtyard, beautiful, but too much noise. Then I moved to another Airbnb that was absolutely gorgeous, had beautiful sweeping city views. You could see the mountains, you could see the church steeples. I'm telling you, you know, you're in a great floor to ceiling windows. And one thing that they do a lot here in terms of housing are floor to ceiling windows. Most high rise buildings have floor to ceiling windows. And I'm telling you, they just let in so much sun. So they capitalize on that. They don't run from the sun. I appreciate that because I'm a sun baby. I need it. Yeah. I know. Marilyn had been telling me from the beginning. Marilyn's like, girl, slow down, slow your roll. You're doing too much. But I was so eager. And you all, I don't know if anybody else is starting. Nirel can probably speak to this. There's some pressure that you feel when you do YouTube. And I have to talk to myself and I have to think, Alicia Renice, oh Lord, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Because she reached out to me in a just a message. She probably doesn't even know. And she said, it's okay to take a break. I'm gonna cry. She said, it's okay to take a break. Yeah, so I had to take a break, but I'm back. But I am going to monitor my time because you feel pressure to produce. It's like you feel pressure to produce content, you feel pressure to keep up with emails and all that stuff. It's a lot of pressure. So anybody who's starting, think of that. Think of yourself first. I didn't even know to anticipate that, but that's what it is. They also, yes, who said this? Yep, they close off the streets on Sunday. They do that in Merida. They do it in Mexico City. I don't know, maybe it's a Mexican thing, but they do it. They close off the streets and you can ride your bike. People ride their bikes. They skateboard. I have seen it all. The doggies are out running with you. It is amazing. And you can just walk. You see everybody. It's not just the athletic body. Everybody is out. Some folks are just walking and strolling. That'll be me. That'll be your girl. Out walking and strolling. Okay, y'all know I'm halfway keeping my eye out for QQQ too. Did y'all see that nasty turn she just took? Mm. Let's talk about it. Let me pull it up. It's suddenly, did you see these two? Let's see. I want to see what that looks like on the 3 minute. Okay, yeah, we need this. Yep. Downturn in the RSI. Look at this here. These red bars coming in and this are squeezed. Let me hide that. All of these are indicating, yep. You know, these wicks, again, these long wicks are always concerning to me because they let me know that this is a real battle. I like to see candles like these. Even that's a little wicky for me. And then, yes. These big long candles, but we got all the way down here. So yeah, I need you to come all the way down. I need you to break this, which is 296.62. 296. Yep, keep coming. 296. Get down below 296.62 and stay below these. I needed to get below all of these SMAs. That's what I'm worried about. This simple moving average. Because when a candle comes into contact like this, it can do this. You see how this is called rejection. It will not. And you see what's happening? It is getting here, but it has not gone below it. It hasn't penetrated it. It hasn't dropped below this price level, which is like 296.77. I call that 75 basically. So yeah, I want to see a red candle close beneath this SMA. And by SMA, I mean a simple moving average. I trade with 4 simple moving averages on my chart. The yellow and the blue are my 9 and 13. This pink is my 50-day simple moving average, and this one is the 200-day moving average. And so that one might be a little more significant because that's an average for over a longer time span. So I watch that. I want to see, is this going to bounce off, which is called rejection? Is it going to go through, which means, what was that one? It can just go straight through it. It kind of just disrespects this time. I mean, this price level. And you can see that it is very much respecting this. You can see even this week touched it, but it didn't go below it. This one kind of, but it didn't go below this price level of 296, basically 75. So let's hope this candle, please, closes, goes through and closes beneath that. That's a good sign. And it's just a good sign that we have, if depending on how this candle finishes, if it finishes with a nice full body, this is called the body of the candle, and these are the wicks. So yeah, if this candle just keeps doing what it's doing, that's a great sign. Great sign. And according to our RSI, this is the RSI, we are not, these are buyers. These are sellers. So we are not oversold yet. I should just get me some tape. You know what I would do with a kid if a kid was struggling with buyers and sellers like the way I do? You all see me struggle with this RSI every time. This value at the top is 30. I'm sorry, it's 70. And the value at the bottom is 30. I always get those mixed up. Are these buyers or sellers? Is it overbought or oversold? If I had a student who was having that trouble, I would just put them out of their misery and label them. That's what I would do, because I think what I'm missing is some kind of visual cue to cue me in. And that's what's missing. So if you are a learner like me, give yourself every opportunity to be successful. Take notes, do visual cues, put post-it notes up. I need to do that until I really get very comfortable distinguishing. I know what they are, but labeling them, I need a visual cue. Ah, she's failing at being retired. Yep, I guarantee you. Practice, sister, because I can't do it. I feel like I'm retired though. Let me say this. Here's how I feel so very retired, because my time is my own. I can change plans on a dime and nobody is really affected by it. There are no kids looking for me. The grandkids aren't depending on me to pick them up from school. I am really fully retired. And so I could leave Guadalajara next month. That is so, when I tell y'all, there's no feeling like the feeling of freedom. Man, freedom feels good. Freedom feels good. And so that is, I think I've embraced the freedom of retirement. The rest part, maybe not so much. I don't think I would ever be ready to rest. You know, I am probably always going to be doing something on the move, making something, creating something. It's just that's a part of me. But, you know, who knows? Maybe I'll find a place that really does make me slow down. But for now, the energy here in Guadalajara is encouraging. It encourages you to walk, and it doesn't hurt that the weather is very agreeable. It's chilly in the morning, so like I'll have a little blankie or something. But I promise you, by midday, you're getting some 80s. You may even get some 90s. And then in the evening, it's cool again. Didn't think I would like that at all, because that's very much like the climate or the temperature in the mountains. The mountains are really cold in the morning, like Mexico City was. San Cristobal was the same way, but San Cristobal was unseasonably cold. It was so cold, I couldn't wait to get away from there. It was so cold, we had hats. I mean, wool hats and gloves and coats. That's not cute. That's not cute at all. Nobody told me that Mexico got cold like that. So, no, but Guadalajara is the perfect, at least this time of year, the weather's perfect for me. It is more chilly than I like in the morning, because with these floor to ceiling windows, I want to throw them, they slide too, y'all. I want to slide them way back, but baby, it's chilly in the morning. You don't slide these windows way open till around 10 or 11 when the sun comes out. So, hey, Linda, Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, everyone must aim to be at ease no matter when, yeah, wherever you choose to live in your lifestyle. Yes, we do. We need ease. We deserve ease, and whatever that means to you. Because to be honest with you, this feels like ease to me. Ease for me is not having to go into a blood sucking job. I said what I said. Yes, I was a teacher for 30 years, and the children didn't suck the blood out of me because they were the life source. But all that paperwork, hey, living my dream trading, all that paperwork and all that crazy stuff, and you know the crazy that comes along with teaching. That was the blood sucking part. The children were wonderful. And would y'all look at QQQ shimmy on down? This is what I like. So here to me, because we've this candle has cleared this and closed, and here we have another candle coming in. All of them have cleared these SMAs, and now you can see she is just about resting on this level, almost at 30 for our RSI. I wouldn't be surprised because generally when it gets down this low, it can stay down here, and it'll turn red. I think on mine it turns either red or blue. It can get down there and stay for a while, but you also know that eventually it's going to go back up. And so if you were in a trade and you just weren't trying to be greedy, if you got in, say, let's see how many, this is 3 minutes, 6 minutes. If you got in here, I wouldn't have. I probably would have gotten in here or maybe even, I don't know. I like to take it be really safe. But if you had taken advantage of this, once you see it hitting this RSI, do you see how it turned up and now you've got this green candle coming in? Yes, once it hits that RSI, it can do a couple things. It can get below it. I've seen it get below, and it can also stay down there for a while, and then it'll change colors on my indicator. I have it so that it changes colors. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it'll change blue because when it's up there, it's red. It'll change blue down here and it'll stay for a while. But generally, when you see that, you might want to exit that trade because there's a good chance. I wouldn't use this as my only indicator, but you should be expecting that at some time it's going to return and go back up. So just something simple. Yes, you can use your RSI to inform your trades. And this MACD, you guys see how these red bars have gotten bigger and these are open really wide. This is all in agreement. So who knows? Maybe we can get down a little lower. It's at 296.17. We'll see. I certainly needed to get down a little lower. You all know I needed to go down to 290. Well, where did it close? It closed at 290. Let's see where did it close yesterday. It closed at 294.25. So I was profitable at that. So I definitely needed to go down $2 more. And QQQ can do that in the course of a day. That would be like her ATR, if I'm not mistaken, which tells you how much it can go up or down in a day. Yep. Hey, did anybody else come in? Marilyn, are you a professional at being retired? I need to take some notes from Marilyn because when I talk to Marilyn, Marilyn never sounds stressed. Marilyn never. I have never once spoken to Marilyn, not even through a text, not even through email. Have I ever communicated with her and got the sense that she was stressed? That's how you do retirement. That's okay. I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna catch up, Marilyn. I'm gonna learn to be retired. I'm gonna get better at it. But before then, y'all should. I gotta learn how to make this money. I think I will. Maybe I would rest if I could master this skill and learn to make money, make money. That's what I'm on now. So that's my big old mission is to master this. And I hear people that start and stop, they get in, they get out, they get frustrated. I lost all my money. I get it. I get it. But I'm gonna tell you this, I am not convinced that that's gonna be my fate because this thing is doable. You just have to be smart. You have to be informed. The more I learn, I'm sorry, y'all, the more I learn, there are just so many nuances that I don't know. And that part keeps me intrigued. Okay, it is getting warm in here now, finally. Okay, so I'm going to go open these windows. Let me see. because it's starting to get warm. Because of course, with those big windows, floor to ceiling, you get all the sun too. Hold on, let me go and turn. Okay, I'm gonna turn it so you all can see the windows, just so y'all can see them. And I'm gonna open them because is that not a view? Would y'all look at that view? It's incredible. But I'm gonna open this because it's starting to get hot. It's dark. Okay. All right. Did y'all see that? OMG. I'm telling you, it's like living, it's like indoor, outdoor living. And I needed that. I need that for my spirit. I don't know if anybody else needs sun, but I need sun. You know, water is good too. I like a brook, a river, or something, water fountains, a pool. Y'all already know my story. I love a pool. That water will do for me. I know some people really need the beach because they need that with everything that the beach brings. I don't need that. I thought I did, but I don't. What I need is water and sun. And so these windows, oh my goodness, they help me get the sun that I need. Marilyn is you all. Marilyn says she loves it. She's still in bed. That is what retire. I think retirement should be whatever it means to you. Hey, is it C.A. Williams? Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Join us, join us. Come on in. Don't forget, hit the like, subscribe, share button, do all the buttons. If it's a button down there, y'all, just hit it. You cannot go wrong. I don't care what button it is. Any button will work. All the thumbs, all of it, because it all gets counted as like engagement. So just hit a button, close your eyes, pick one. Yes, I need this sun. I need that pool. I do. Just on deck. And so Guadalajara is a very reasonably priced city. While Playa has, I'm gonna say this. I can say this. I think Playa's rooftop life is unparalleled. Sorry, those rooftop pools, nobody does a rooftop pool like they do. They have perfected that. While this is a great pool in this building, it really is. You know, it's a nice pool. Playa rooftops, baby, unmatched, unparalleled, unmatched. Thank you. Well, listen, I'm here for y'all. Yeah, wasn't that view something? I promise you. So that's what Guadalajara is. It's a, mini Mexico City, way more manageable, but somehow they have figured it out. They can capitalize on these city views. There, there's so many high rises, not like 500, not like that overrun, but they've strategically placed them so that you can capitalize on the city view. It's a sweeping view, and then you get the mountains. It's crazy. So that brings me a lot of joy, lots and lots and lots of joys. Yes, isn't indoor? Oh, you're in Querétaro now. Yes, there's something about indoor outdoor living, y'all, and they're deliberate about it. I think the city planners and architects, they capitalize. I have seen so many buildings, and I didn't see this, that have wraparound balconies. That's a thing. It's a thing in Guadalajara. A lot of the condos have, it's just an endless balcony that wraps. This one has it too. It wraps totally. I could go out and walk the whole length of this length. It's like an L, and it's just incredible. And they're reasonably priced. That part, it's reasonable. You can live here reasonably. You know, you all know I'm a teacher. Do the math. Teachers did no, there I don't know very many teachers that are retiring and living in the lap of luxury. Like, they're not living in Switzerland in some chalet. We're reasonable people. And if you save some money, you can live here. That's my point. You can live comfortably here. I told you the most I ever paid for Uber was like 80 pesos. I had a full on breakfast, bacon, eggs, chilikalikalikalis. I don't know how to really pronounce it. I call them chilikalikalikalis, but they're the fried corn chips for breakfast. Fresh coffee, fresh juice, $5. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. I love Marilyn. Marilyn says, our time, yes. Our time is our time. And not only is it is our time. I I love my children, I love my grandchildren, I love my family. But for me, I kind of felt not like now, it was now or never, but I certainly understand that at some point you must live for yourself. At some point, I had to say, Sandra, you're not getting any younger. Your knees aren't getting any more. Hey, I got the knees of a 60-year-old. This is true. I have the body of who I am. And to think that you will be this way into perpetuity or infant is insane. So I want to enjoy while I can, so that when I do finally roll back into the States to my kids, I swear to y'all, I'm gonna roll back in on empty. I'm rolling back. I'm gonna be like, Mom, Grandma home. Grandma is on E because Grandma spent it all. Grandma had a good time while she was in Mexico and wherever else the world takes me, wherever else I can go and enjoy with my sisters. I want to go back. When I go back, I want to have some stories to tell. I'll be like, yep, Nene did that. Nene sure did. Nene whitewater rafted. Nene did it all. I think it's what I deserve, but I also think it's an example to them. It's an example to my children that hey, life isn't over. Retirement can be anything you want it to be. And so I'm here to create a lovely, wonderful, beautiful retirement. And we'll see what happens. But I promise you, I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off. I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off. And then I'm going to stay with my baby girl. I'm going to be like, Grandma, Nini's home. Now I'm ready for babysitting and field trips and cookie baking. Because I still have that side of me. I'm a cookie baker. Oh, nobody makes chocolate chip cookies. I make good chocolate chip cookies. My grandboy will tell you I make delicious blueberry pancakes with homemade blueberry drizzle. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But that's not what all I want to do. Nene also want to go jump out this plane and jet ski. I want to do all that stuff. I want to hang out with my girlfriends and kiki and giggle and laugh. I want to do all of that. Yes. Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh, y'all, there's the restaurants here. Some of my best pictures are pictures of food. Sorry, it is what it is. Y'all, please check out those ice cream pics. I need to put those things in the community tab because I'm telling you, if you come, let me know. I promise you, I'm going to show you a grand old time. I know Shauna is coming. Shauna will be here. Hopefully, I will be here when you're here, Shauna, because I'm going to be in Mexico City in April with my baby and my grandboy. So hopefully, oh, I can hang out and I can show you what everybody has shown me. The people have been so gracious. Hmm. They have been very, very, very gracious to me. So I I'm grateful for that. Okay, so QQQ looks like we're moving into a little bit of some side action here. This 295.87. Okay, good. At least we got there. Two, that was the low. She's at 296.38. Okay. Every now and then I have to tap something else to make sure I'm still. Uh-oh. See, I don't think I'm connected. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Are we still here? Can't post comments to some. You guys, I gotta log out of this Think or Swim. It's stuck. It's stuck. So I'm gonna pull Think or Swim out and it's stuck. So let me reload it again. While my internet is better here, it's not perfect, but it is better. It doesn't go out like it was going out in Playa. Yeah, they've got a little better infrastructure. I'll be coming before April. Yes. April, I'll be back in Vegas preparing for our Marrakesh trip. Y'all know I had to postpone Marrakesh. I'm not going to be able to make it. Nope. But y'all, I know the pictures are gonna be great. I'm gonna be sad the whole time. I'm gonna be sitting on the sideline saying, "Man, I wish I had a." But I've got to get back to the States, and I've got to take care of some business there. So I will be there for longer than I thought. But hopefully, when I leave the States, I can go on and head to Southeast Asia. And then I think I'm going to circle back and make Guadalajara the place where I land for a while. So it looks like it's going to be pretty busy. But the real truth is, y'all, I can make it up as I go. So don't hold me to any of it. But that's my skeleton plan. So, Shauna, we will be here. You and I will be in town at the same time. So please, 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 I know we'll get together. I just want to show you. Girl, if you're a foodie, good seafood. I'm talking about good seafood for real, like good seafood. Great burgers. Every place in Mexico does not do good burgers. Ground beef is funny here. We were having this discussion about what's the difference between res and beef steak. There's a texture thing going on, and I am funny about a burger. If it's not right, I don't want it. But I found some great burger places. I found great bacon. Look, we don't take bacon for granted. Bacon is not just like you can just go find delicious bacon in every grocery store. So we found good bacon. It's a great foodie town. And they love to party. You all know how Mexican people love a festival. They love to be together. I'm telling you, it's been a lot of fun. But even in that, I have to pace myself with that too. So, yep, yep, yep. I know. I do want to see all my sisters too. You know, that's why I was going. I'm like, they're going to be there. They're going to be having so much fun. But then I had to think about it practically. Does it fit into the schedule? Is it going to make sense? And it didn't make sense for me to try to squeeze it in. I'll have to catch you guys. We're doing all kind of meetups and stuff. So that's what I love about Exodus, y'all. They're meeting up in every city, all the cities are having meetups. So it's kind of like even if you're visiting a city in the states, you can probably find a meetup. So I'm pleased. I love to eat seafood. Yeah, seafood is a must for me too. Yeah, I know. Because Kathy, we could be at every meetup there is. There's a meetup in every American city there in Texas. And I love to see it. I have to resolve myself that I can't go to every dance. I can go to some of the dances, but I can't go to every dance because I do have to, maintain a life. Hmm. That's the only reason I'm going. Is but no, Shauna, I think some of those pictures are going to be awesome because you guys, they do like the whole desert thing with the camel rides. Then they do the four wheelers. I have seen some awesome pictures, Shauna. I saw, I forgot who the YouTuber was, but they were dressed in all orange, like, the brightest neon orange you could imagine against that desert scape. Stunning, stunning pictures. I also saw somebody do like white in that desert scape. Oh, stunning, stunning. So I don't know, it wasn't really on my list before. And that was what I had to say to myself. It wasn't really on my list before. So I want to stick to my plan. And my plan is really, my heart has always been to go to Southeast Asia. It was like when we first started, when I first discovered Stephanie and the whole, the movement first got started around that second summit, I was researching two places. I knew I wanted to go to Mexico. I don't know why. I just feel a kinship. I don't know. I know that because we're here, we got dropped here as well, y'all. Don't get it twisted. We have roots here as well. And I wanted to explore that. I was so intrigued by darker skinned people in South America. And so I knew I wanted to do that part of the country. I mean, that part of the world, and just being able to speak a little bit of Spanish, that made sense. And then I also knew I wanted to do Southeast Asia. There's something about, in particular, Bali that I want to go to. And I want to see Kuala Lumpur and I want to see Singapore. I just want to see. Just want to see. That doesn't call to my spirit like to be there and spend any time, but I definitely want to see it. I don't want to leave this earth having not seen it. So I think that's what it is. Yep. And Marilyn, as always, is my voice of reason. She says, stay focused. Yep. And I have to, because I have a travel plan and a schedule, and it is just what I said. I'll do these things here in Mexico that I want to get done, because I haven't been to Oaxaca. Has anybody been to Oaxaca? I hear the food is absolutely amazing, so I got to get there. And I'm thinking maybe from PV I might be able to slide through Oaxaca and at least get the delicious mole. How do you come to Mexico and not have delicious mole? So that's on my list to do. Get some delicious mole, and we'll see. Okay, y'all, talk amongst yourselves. I have got to go deal with this think or swim thing because I think I'm stuck. Am I? Oh no, she's still doing her thing. Oh, there we go. We're under 295. Let's go. That's beautiful. Shimmy right on down. Okay, what time is it? I love this. 295, 82. Let's get, yay. Hold on, folks. I'm just going to peek at the change and see. Okay, perfect. Oh, I love it. Let me bring this chart back in so you guys can see what I'm looking at. And you can see that big old red candle. Those are the ones we like to see. Oh, Kathy, yes, that's what I heard. The food is amazing. And I heard that there's an artist kind of culture there, an artist scene. I love to see artisans, and I hear that there's a Black community there. I'm all eyeballs. I want to see all of that. I don't know. I've enjoyed bopping through this region. I like that I've decided on a slow pace because that's what I need. It suits my constitution. I need to move slowly, folks. I want to see, I want to live, I want to go to the stores. And I enjoy a place that way. I enjoy getting to know a place. I know, Nyrel. I'm sorry, but I don't think I can tell you this, Nyrel. I think the best seafood close to you is over in Cozumel. You're going to have to get on that little ferry and roll over to Cozumel, and they have a seafood place. Somebody just did it. My friend, they just did it. They do the lobster dinner over there, and then there's a key lime pie place that shares a parking lot with this restaurant. So, Nyrel, I think you got to get on a boat. I can put you in touch with my friend. She might still be there. Alicia. Anybody knows it though. I can find that info for you, but there's good seafood over in Cozumel. Everybody rants and raves about it. I hope the weather is pleasant. Somebody will have to chime in to tell us if how the weather is in Oaxaca, because I haven't been. But I can't imagine, like, it's on the coast, and if I'm not mistaken, it's a little further down south. So sounds beautiful to me. Kathy, I heard this. Kathy says, yes, lots of art, Black folks, and it's kind of got a spiritual vibe because it's in a valley with lots of mountains surrounding it. Yes, I see. I like that. Oaxaca. The only thing is, I mean, and they're near water too. I think Huatuco and Oaxaca City, there's some other places that you can get close to the water. That might be viable for some folks. The only thing I would want is, do you have Uber? I promise you, I am never living in another tourist town, and I will never live any place that does not have ride share. Ah, nope, nope, nope. QQQ is just schizophrenic. So we're down now, we're up. Oh, that must have been somebody's buy level. Okay, whatever. We got all day. Yes, Marilyn, come on out. It's time to come outside and play. It is time. It's time. Yep, y'all get the likes up. Marilyn is always in the comments cheering. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, do all the things, hit the buttons, all of that good stuff. It helps. It helps the channel grow, and I can see it too. Yep, Kathy. No Uber, no Uber, but they have it here in Guadalajara, but they didn't have it in Playa. Oh, please tell me they got Uber in. Oaxaca. Kathy, are you saying no Uber in Oaxaca? They gotta have it. Mm, please tell me there is Uber in Oaxaca. It's gotta be. Yep. Because you'll get raked in a small place that doesn't have ride share. I'm sorry. It's just way too easy. It's an easy way to get tourists. I got all the time. And I'm telling you, it is a big part of why I didn't want to be there anymore. I did not like feeling powerless. Ooh, it's nothing like that feeling for me. Like I don't have any choice. I have to let you look me in the face and bop me over the head. Oh Lord. That did not feel good to me. I didn't like it. So yeah, ride share. Um, no Uber in Oaxaca. Oh, I can visit, but I can't live there. Mm-mm. No, thank you. It would have to be so walkable. I would have to be able to walk to everything, and I would have to be able to walk to it all times of day and night. I don't know. I don't know, but I can tell y'all this. Somebody in this building is making a delicious breakfast because I can smell it. It smells like delicious toast and bacon. There might even be some pancakes involved. Oh, oh my gosh. It smells so good. Oh no. I did get a good taxi driver and I walked or caught the bus other places. Lots of tour buses. Okay, that's promising, but no, no, I need Uber. It's just something about it. It levels the playing field, and it comes right to your door. I'm gonna need that. Even with a taxi in Playa, you had to go out and get the taxi, or you could call. If you were in a building, they could call it to your building. But more often than not, you would hail a taxi. Yes. Hey, Healing One's Mindset. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is your first time, welcome. I know I'm hungry too. Y'all, I don't generally eat in the morning before I get on because, to be honest with you, I'm excited each morning. I promise you, I don't know why. I don't know if anybody else feels this way about trading, but I do. It is my passion. I get excited about it. I get excited every morning. I roll over. I know it's not the thing to do, but I grab my phone and I check on QQQ. It's like I wake up, I say, "Good morning, QQQ," and we talk. I just see what she's up to. But yeah, I don't know, y'all. That's why I'm bummed, wasn't bummed to hear y'all left PDC. Now I won't need to visit. Yeah, PDC is a great place to visit. And I'll say this, it is still a good place if that's your first time being out of the country. When I tell you PDC is like expatting with training wheels, that is the truth. There's such a large community there. They won't let you fall. It is very walkable depending on where you are. Their price ranges for everybody, but you're not going to be close to the beach if you really want to get that. So it's those things. It didn't work for me because I could never find the balance. And Kathy and I, somebody else, we were discussing this because there's so much turnover and the tourism. I mean, it's a full churning tourist mill. You see the wear and tear on the accommodations because tourists don't care. Expats who may be staying in a place for longer will tend to take care of your property, but tourists who are drinking and there for a good time and partying, they don't care about your property. And so I noticed that the quality of accommodations, I wasn't willing to pay what they were asking for what they were delivering. It never, the mix quite never got there for me. Were those places beautiful? Yes. My first place was very gorgeous, but it was on the other side of the highway. Getting a taxi after night, nearly impossible. You're going to get raked over the coals. That didn't work for me. Then I moved to beautiful Playa Car. Beautiful, beautiful area, but you're locked behind a gate, a moat with alligators and security guards. It was terrible. It didn't work for me. I like to roll right out of my building and be in the thick of it. And I'm able to do that here. I never was able to get that and get a quality apartment that I didn't mind paying for. I was overpaying like crazy in Playa Car, but the trade-off was those beautiful walkable streets. I could ride my bike. Y'all know I fell off my bike the first time. I was like, okay, good. I need to get someplace safe. So yeah, you can ride on the golf course and do all those things, but it didn't suit the rhythm of my life. I like to be out and moving. Y'all know that. I want to go. I want to meet my friends. I want to have lunch. I want to do all that stuff. I want to do activities. I want to go to the beach, the spa. I want to do that. And being locked behind there, that place was too hard to get in and out of, but it was beautiful. The pools were gorgeous. The ground, all that stuff was beautiful, but it didn't suit me. Yes, I see, and Shauna, we can explore PV. I want to see. I think PV might have a bit more infrastructure. Yeah, I think Playa is growing so fast, y'all. I don't know that the infrastructure has had time to catch up with the progress and the volume of people, because yeah, there's some work. Yep, some of us have been Marilyn. I know you've been traveling for a while. I love it. Mm-hmm. You all, these people are so nice. I bet you if I found out who was making that breakfast, they were probably, I mean that seriously. The people are just nice here. They're really open. They're curious about us. And I like that because nobody's curious about tourists in Playa. They're not curious about you. They'll ask, like, where are you from? But they're not really curious because so many tourists come through. They're friendly, though. I will give them that. They're still friendly. Hey, party music. What's happening? Welcome, welcome, welcome. DJ. All right, that's a first. Hey, yes. Glad you're here. Glad you came to join us. We're just talking about trading and looking at QQQ do her thing. I need her to keep on doing this. This today would have been a great day for a put if somebody had purchased one earlier because it looks like that's what she's going to be doing today. That's what it looks like. So let me peek over here and let's just kind of talk about what's happening. Again, this is consolidation, you guys. You all know what this is. We've seen it so many times before where it neither goes up, it doesn't go down, it just kind of trades sideways in this range. And I think you can also tell like by your RSI, it'll just be sitting here in the middle somewhere. And you see it's kind of doing this. But yeah, so this is a little consolidation, but she may consolidate a little bit and then shimmy on down a little more. So as long as what I like and what is I like to see is that these candles are closing beneath all of those simple moving averages. When it's caught up in those like that, you don't want to be fooling around. So I'm going to bring this down to the 1 minute just because I'm nosy and I want to see. Okay. See, this kind of that helps me seeing that these are all red, that this is, it's the beginning. It's, don't know how strong this trend is going to be, but okay. So we'll wait. She's down to 295.88. I need my phone. If she gets down to 294, we really doing good things, great things. I also keep, you all know I keep it on my phone too. I keep Robinhood on my phone because it's just easy for me to check price, look at the trend, all that stuff. It's just easier. I need an insider with secrets so I can start investing. Ah, I wish I could. Let me tell you what you are seeing. I have no insider tips, nothing. This is a learning community where we have all gotten together. Either we're interested in trading, some people in the community are experienced traders, and they are so generous with their knowledge. They will drop right in and share if you have a question. Nobody has ever in this community made me feel like you didn't know that you're trading and you don't know that. Nobody's ever done that to me. So if you have a question, I say this is a great place for beginning traders. This is a great place for intermediate traders, and it's certainly a social spot if you just want to talk trader talk. So I think some of the more experienced traders come and they share with us, but it's just a good place for us to talk about trading. Not everybody is into it. Everybody isn't into trading. And so to have a community where you can come ask questions, you can talk, you can share, skill share, knowledge share, it's invaluable. It is invaluable. So what we're doing today, and I'll be here till noon. What we're doing is I've got two puts, and so I'm watching QQQ shimmy on down. That's how, a put is a contract that you purchase when you think the price is going to go down. A call is the contract that you would purchase if you think the price is going to go up. And so I purchased two calls because, and I'll show you why. I was looking at my chart, and this is the 1 minute. I'm just being nosy there. But if I look at the daily chart, which tracks, and y'all, this looks crazy, but I promise you, all those lines mean something. And I'll take those drawings off. But here, these are my Fibonacci lines. I think we talked about Fibonacci's retracement. I use them sometimes. I know this may not be best practices, but I use them sometimes, not in lieu of, but in addition to my support and resistance lines. And I'm telling you, they are truer than true. If somebody looks at this, if these aren't correct, please let me know, because there's a particular way you have to put fibs on. You start at the lowest point and drag up one time, and then another way you do it, you start at the top and drag down. So I have a video. Go watch so that you will know how to properly use Fibonacci's retracements. Also, I think we addressed it in a Zoom call. So if you want what we have gone over in our community, you can send me an email and I will send you the link to our Google Drive where you can find past study sessions. And I believe there's one in there that talks about Fibonacci's retracement. If not, please look at my video on support and resistance. But I like Fibonacci's retracement because it's a quick way to find price levels. And so that's what I'm looking at. And you can see from my daily chart, you can see this kind of downtrend. You can see with our SMAs, this little crossover here that indicates it might be a downtrend coming. You can see right here, the MACD says, okay, looks like we're in a little downtrend. Our RSI was going down. Now it took a little tick up, which I don't want to see. I want this to continue all the way down. And then you can see our squeeze is even indicating, look, this trend, this upward trend is ending. And hopefully we'll see some of these reds come in. So you all, that is not even financial speak. That is just looking at what you see and describing it. This next price level, I'm expecting that QQQ, if it continues to go down, could go down as low as 290.29 before it reaches any real, some resistance. So that's why I purchased the put, because according to my daily chart, it looks like that's the direction we're going. But I also looked at my weekly chart too to see, like, okay, so we were in an uptrend, and then it looks like these on my weekly chart, our prices starting to trend down. Our RSI is starting to trend down. And you can even see that this color has changed from that bright green to that dark green, which is another indicator that, okay, this trend, if nothing else, is waning. It isn't as strong as it was. And then you can see how these two kind of start to turn down. So these are all these visual cues that perhaps it's okay to enter into a put, buy some time, and it'll have some time to work itself out. My TTM is doing this thing. And once it starts doing that dark blue, I like to look at it here to see. You can see, I want a clear one. It's up, and then this is when the trend starts waning. So I'm expecting that these will start to turn dark blue too. And so we've got 6 or 7 days for this contract to work itself out and hopefully work itself down to this price level, 290. That would be a nice little profit on those two. So right now we're at 294.73. I'm going to go back over here and go back to the 5-minute. Yes, Lordy, this is what we want to see. Shimmy on down, all of that. Let me go to the 3-minute. Yes, I need that. And this is nothing but money. So if whoever bought puts today, you got this. If you didn't mind sitting through that little bit of consolidation, and she continues to shimmy to the ground. And I think, remember, I told you guys earlier that sometimes these are sellers. So it's oversold, that as soon as it hits or crosses this RSI value of 30, that it'll turn blue. That's the indicator. And when it's over 70, like when it's over, these are buyers, when it's overbought, it'll indicate with red that it has exceeded that 70 value. And it doesn't stay up there long, folks. It can stay, but it doesn't stay up there. Like, it would never just ride that thing for months. It's just not going to do that. That's not how price works. It vacillates up and down throughout the trading day. And so now we're down here. So we'll see. Generally, when it gets this low, you'll see it'll break up a little bit. By break up, I mean it'll go up a little bit. I think it's getting a little relief, and then it'll head back down. That's what I'm hoping to see, that this continues to head down. This is all good for us. Now, if I were trading, if I were to get into a trade today, I probably wouldn't have gotten in here. As soon as it cleared all of this might have been an entry candle for me, depending on where the RSI was too. Maybe about here, because it hadn't quite gotten over. This is sellers. It hadn't gotten quite oversold yet. So just my thinking. And it looks like it's going to continue down. So that's all good. That's all good, y'all. Oh, thank you, Party Music. Cat channel is Kathy Hampton's Wellness. Yes. You all please go check out Kathy's channel. Kathy runs Wellside Retreats, and she does wonderful work with women, and just having us turn from things that don't serve us anymore. That's the work. It's and finding and replacing it with things that do serve us. So Kathy is just an advocate for women and sisters in ease and love and joy and life. And she's journaling 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So please go over to her channel and set your notifications. That's what I need to do, because I missed it this morning. See, y'all gonna make me confess right here on all of television. Y'all know my natural hair is under these puffs. I don't care. I've told the whole wide world. My grandbaby is the queen of the real puffs. Y'all, these are puffs. You can have these too. You can have them. But my real hair is underneath there. I just keep them because the mountain air is so dry. I try to keep it conditioned in oil with all natural oils and stuff. I wrap them in silk bonnets underneath there. Yep, it's silk bonnets underneath here, y'all. And then I pop on my ponytails. Yes, I heard a woman say, you really should leave something to the mystique. You should leave some. Y'all already know me. I just don't think there's any room for shenanigans out on the internet. It is what it is. But yeah, so I do. I try to keep my natural hair protected at all times. I was doing braids. The braids didn't work for me. My hair would always break from the weight of the braids, the dry. It just didn't work. So now I just keep my ends clipped. I keep it conditioned, and I keep it rolled up in little silk bonnets. And it's working. My ends don't break as much. Yes, yes. Check out Black Sid Global Channel. Oh, yes. That's my friend, Kevin. Melanin Man. It is so good to see a brother's perspective. And he is out here doing it. He just went back to LA. And so he's got business stuff to take care of. But when I tell you, Kevin does just the most heartwarming videos, please check out Melanin Man Travels. Don't you love that name for a YouTube channel? Melanin Man Travels. Yes. I met him and fell just instantly in love with Kevin. Not to mention, we have another friend that I met here too. Just so many wonderful people. Just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Um, Hold on one second. Let me do this. There's another channel I want you guys to check out too. Greg, I met Greg while I was here, and his channel is he's journaling his journey. He's taking care of both of his parents, and both of his parents have dementia. And the name of his channel is Dementia Love times two. Dementia Love with an X and a two. I'm going to put that in the chat. Please go Dementia Love times two. Please check out his channel. The video that he has posted of his parents. If anybody, I didn't have to take care of my mother, but we helped take care of my grandmother. If you've ever been a caregiver, your heart is going to be touched. His name is Kevin. Excuse me. I'm sorry. It's Greg, and I'll put his stuff. His name is Greg. I'm going to get Greg's information and put it in the chat because his journey is just amazing. His mother is still so full of love and light. Whenever you see her, she's dancing and singing, and she's still so witty and engaging. And his father, but to see this brother so lovingly with both of his parents, I can't even imagine, having to deal with that. But he's doing such a fabulous job. So I'm going to slip away for just a second because I want to find his channel, and I want to see if I can just put the channel name down in the chat. So y'all talk amongst yourselves. It's Dementia Love and the number X and a 2. Let's see if I can find him. Here it is. Yes. Okay. I'm going to grab that. Command copy. And I'm dropping this in the chat. So please, that's the name of his channel, Dementia Love times 2. Please, please, please go over to his channel. Y'all do it. It warms your heart. I've seen some of the videos. Also, he has something out on Facebook because I saw that too. I'm going to give you his name. His name is Greg. But just go to the channel. Once you go there, I'll try to find the Facebook page too. Man, heartwarming, just heartwarming. Yes, if you've been a caregiver, I'm just telling you, his mother dances, he dances with his mom. His parents have been married, I don't know, y'all, 50 something years, just something incredible. And they still love and dance together. Oh, I'm telling you, take some tissue. When you go, take some tissue because you're going to need them, because there's no way you can see you in a bit, Nirel. There's no way you can take in this brother's content and your heart not be moved. It's just no way. So y'all go do that. I'm getting ready to pull QQQ. I'm going to pull this out because I need to go check on this money right quick. I need to see how much more we need to go, because it looks like she's going to do a little shelf consolidating for a little bit and hopefully continue on down this wonderful path. Oh, yes. We in business, folks. Holla, Malou. Yes, yes, yes. Come on, sister. You could do this. She's doing it's giving exactly what I needed to give. Yes, indeed. It's given. Okay. So I'm gonna chill here with these. I'm gonna chill here. Yes. Marilyn, I just think that it's more prevalent than we may know, because most people, I know when we were caring for my grandmother, it's a very private thing. You're at home with your loved ones. And at the time when we were caring for her, there's no such thing as the internet and all that stuff. So there was no way to connect. It can feel very isolating. It can feel very overwhelming. What I love about Greg and his channel is that it brings other people together. That was his goal, was to talk with other caregivers and to just share that part of the journey. Because there's some things, if you haven't done it, you're not going to get it. You don't understand it. You may see it and you may be able to empathize, but unless you've been the primary caregiver, there's some nuances you just might not be able to key into. And I love that his journey is about bringing people into the fold so that you don't feel isolated in this caregiving. So y'all do yourselves a favor. Please check out his channel, Dementia Love times two. And the times two is that both of his parents are experiencing that right now, and he's there for it. So bless you, my brother. I met him and just love his energy and his spirit. Kevin, the same way, instant friends, fast friends. And that's how it is out here on the road, though. You know, when you're out and you're away from home, you can sense the energy of people. You get really good at figuring out, is this my tribe? Is this my tribe? It just, and it happens. The magic happens every time. I want you guys to experience that too. The magic happens that, these are people you didn't know. And now, thank you, Elle. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have some help too. Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know that he has some caregiving help as well. You can't do it alone. That is work that and not that you can't do it alone, you shouldn't do it alone. Even caregivers need some caring. They need somewhere to go and kind of rejuvenate themselves too. So y'all encourage him. Just go over, like the channel, subscribe, leave a kind word. Let him know that you heard about it over here so that he knows that we are loving on him and supporting him. He just started his YouTube channel. I think he had one previously, but he just started this one to catalog the journey of his caregiving for his parents. So yeah, let's go support that brother too. That's the kind of community we are. Okay, QQQ, we don't need you perking up. We need you down here at 294.29. But again, I think this is kind of, you'll see this. It'll pipe up just a little bit, I think, to get a little relief, and then it'll keep on possibly. But see, look at this. Our lemon squeeze says, okay, look at this yellow. And then look at these. You see how these are getting smaller and the color has changed. And these look like they're about to cross over. So this trend could be coming to an end. You just never know. But that's what this looks like it's indicating. Did anybody notice that in a downward trend, oh, excuse me, the blue line, and I'm just going to go with blue lines. I'm not going to even tell you, those are the 9 and the 13 moving day averages. But did you just notice that the blue is on top and the yellow's on the bottom? Did you notice that in an upward trend, the yellow is on top and the blue is on bottom? I'm sorry, y'all. I have a very simple brain. Yes, I taught kindergarten. I taught kids, babies. And for babies, you just have to make it make sense. It just has to be plain and simple. And here's a plain and simple kind of awareness or noticing. You all see every time this crosses over, something happens at most of these crossovers or around there. It's a lagging kind of indicator, but you can see when it's yellow, the yellow line's on top, oh, we're going up. When it crosses over, uh-oh, here comes some trouble. Now we're down. The blue is on top and it's a downward trend. So mine just happened to be set at blue and yellow. I'm just saying, notice the relationship between your 9 and your 13 moving day averages. Notice how they cross over each other and how that impacts price action. You will also notice that same crossover down here in your MACD, although the colors are reversed on mine. So don't be caught up by the colors. Establish whatever colors you want, but just pay attention to how these relationships are, what it looks like and what happens when those crossovers happen. And so down here, you can see the same thing when it's going up in an upward trend. Now the blue is on top. And then when there's this crossover there's something called a death cross and there's something called a golden cross. I posted it yesterday. I'll try to post it again today. But those are significant kinds of movements. You should know. Yeah, baby steps, baby steps. Oh, hey, Jacqueline. Hi, there's my sister from Merida. Y'all want to talk about full of life? Want to talk about fun and just easy to hang out with? That's my sister, Jacqueline. I'm telling you, she's in Merida, living her best life, just doing the thing. The last time I saw her, I think she was on a beach somewhere looking all fabulous. So welcome, sister. I'm glad you made it today. Yep, I'm doing this in baby steps, y'all. We're talking about looking at patterns. So when we step away from this, though, can't you guys see this big old pattern here? Can't you see that? Let me squeeze this in. I want to be where you can see. Let me get back to QQQ. I hope you guys can see my cursor. I don't know if you can, but you can see this pattern and you can see the downward trend. It's easy to spot. Um, a great entry place for me might have been somewhere around here, this candle cutting through, and then you sit through a little consolidation. You got some more downward movement. You're getting paid if this thing goes down, and you can see it's gone down in 3 stages. Like this first a little pullback. This is called a pullback. And then it continues down, and then she consolidates, and then it goes down some more, and then it consolidates. It is just kind of inching her. She's just inching her way on down. I will tell you this, when these SMAs like this are spread out far apart like this, that's a good sign. That's a good sign that we can probably expect some more of this. Once they're all clumped up together and tight like that, not much movement, not much going on. Especially if they're all 4 clumped up together and then the candles are caught up in it. It's not a lot of movement. That's what you see. That's consolidation. Now, once they start spreading out like that, we got some movement going, and that's what we want to see. Did you guys see how the RSI down here? It was, kind of hovering down under 30. It jumped up, got a little relief, and it looks like it's going to continue down. That's something that you'll see quite a bit too. So just start looking at patterns. Yep. Thanks for the likes, you guys, and share. Oh, yeah. And yeah, you could buy a cup of coffee too, or some tea. Y'all know, listen, I had recently given up the coffee, but y'all, I can confess I'm back on it. I'm sorry. They got delicious coffee in Mexico. Yes, they do. And I go to this grocery store where you can get it from Oaxaca. You can get it from Chiapas, like all the mountain places where they grow the really good coffee in Mexico. I don't know that Quintana Roo, which is where I was, is known for their coffee growing, but these mountains of Mexico, they are definitely known for growing delicious coffee. So if you can get you some Oaxacan coffee, some coffee from Chiapas, or even, they're close to Guatemala, even some Guatemalan coffee. So I had kind of gotten hooked again on coffee. But I got my tea too. I vacillate back and forth. Shauna, me too. I subscribe too. Doesn't cost me a nickel. It doesn't cost a dime. And I go back, you guys, and make comments because I understand what that means to a creator. It's not just helpful for the channel to grow, but it is also encouraging too. Because when I tell you all, it could be a daunting task keeping up with all the pieces to a YouTube channel. I did not know that. Stephanie Perry did not tell me that. She told me I could do it, but she didn't tell me, like, girl, it's going to take some doing. It does. It takes some doing, y'all. Yes, yes. So, yeah, now we do what we can. I try to get in. Yep. And I know y'all have gotten over to Living My Dream Trading. His channel is spectacular. I noticed that you kind of took a little time too. We have to. I think as creators, and that's what you are when you're putting out content on any kind of schedule. You have to create that. You don't wake up in the morning and it's a video waiting for you to upload. You got to create it. You got to be present, so it does take some doing. So to all the content creators that are in the chat, if you have a YouTube channel, please let us know because we're coming to support you. We're going to we're going to subscribe, share. We making comments. I like to try to get to everybody's channel and make comments too. Watch the video, share them. But what I love about his channel is that he shares everything, like the win, the loss, the details. I ain't quite comfortable with that yet, y'all. I don't know. I'm still from the old school. We didn't talk about money. This is a huge step for me, even just like out here doing this. So eventually, I guess as I get gooder, as I get better, I'll share more, I guess, because right now I don't want to share with you all wrong things. I try to be very strategic about what I say. I don't want you unlearning. I don't want you to have to unlearn. It's nothing worse than a teacher. Hey, brown girls trade too. It's nothing worse than a teacher giving you misinformation. Now, instead of learning it, you got to unlearn it and relearn it. So we don't want to do that. So I am careful when it comes to giving out hardcore factual content about trading. I share with you the things I know that I can speak on truthfully and factually and with confidence. So I could talk to you all day about candlesticks. I could talk to you all about the MACD. I can talk to you about indicators, the chart I get, and I can talk to you about how to work think or swim. I know how to do those things, but I probably wouldn't be here in this forum trying to tell you the best setups. That's not my forte. See, that's not what I do. I haven't gotten to that level yet. But living my dream trading, please get over there and check him out because he's one of our experienced traders. He's been doing it a while. And Brown Girls Trade too. She's been doing it a while. So I try to shout out all of my friends and all of our channels. So that's my sister. Hey, Brown Girls Trade too. She was here yesterday and analyzed a trade for us. So that's not something I would do. I wouldn't analyze a trade as a novice new trader, 6 months in the game. You don't want me analyzing your trade, but I bet you living my dream trading, he could look at a trade and give you some more insight than me. Or you could go to his channel and actually learn more. He does profit and loss. He does all of that stuff. And I'm sure Dee, as she's developing her channel, she will be sharing so much information with you guys. So you know what you come here for. This is community. We come to chat it up. We come to encourage one another. If you need some basic things, basic questions, if you need to get connected, if you need resources, I'm your girl. I'm your girl. You want some free classes? Let me tell you where to go. You want a webinar? You want some in-person? Call me. I got you. I can tell you where the classes are. I can tell you where all the free stuff is. I can tell you what I think might be helpful before you go plunking down your hard-earned cash for a class. I will tell you what I think might be helpful, that when you get there, you will have all their basics done and you won't be scratching your head like, what does that mean? And trying to make meaning while you're learning. That is a bad, bad, bad mix. You should not be trying to make meaning while you're being introduced to a new concept. Nah. Mm-mm. You need some background information. You need some basic knowledge. Come here for that. We got you. We got you. Go to Living My Dream. He's going to give you all kinds of information. Go check out Brown Girls Trade too. You're going to get all these different perspectives. And everybody, I said, Dee was asking me early on, she's like, Sandra, I don't know if I want to do it. I might be stepping on your toes. I'm like, girl, do you know how big this world is? Do you know how many people are available to hear and receive this message? Every one of us has a unique voice. We have a unique perspective. I'm not going to explain something to you the way Living My Dream explains it. I'm not going to explain it to you the way Brown Girl explains it to you. I'm going to give you the kindergarten version. They're not going to give you the kindergarten version. I'm going to give it to you like this is pre-K, and I'm going to give you some graham crackers and some applesauce. That's what I do. So if you are there, if that's where you find yourself, that you are just getting started, this is a great community to come and join, because you can pop this on, listen, put it in your headphones, do whatever it is you're doing. It's not a lot that you need to see. You can pop in, pop out. You can ask questions. You can do all of those things, and you can do it in multiple places. I don't feel detracted from in the least bit having my sister in this space. I don't feel like anybody is going to not come see me any less because they go over and partake and living my dreams content. Y'all are crazy. I partake in their content. I definitely watch. I'm waiting. D is putting up more stuff, but living my dream trading, yes. And what I like about his videos too, and I can tell you this is just my preference, is that it's such a chill vibe that money can bring on some anxiety and learning a new skill. And, it could be pretty intimidating, but the just his intro music, the whole thing, it's almost like you expect some little dark light, some mood lighting. That's how smooth it is. But I'm telling you, you can learn a lot. I'm learning about the numbers. The last video that I watched, he shared about profit and loss. I need that information, percentages, all that stuff, because I don't know that language and I want to learn it. The mental, yes, you need to be able to control your emotions. Yep. And you just need to be disciplined. It's discipline. It's not, and I'm telling you, if you're an undisciplined person and you want to be good at this, you'll become a disciplined person, because I see it in myself. And I still do silly things, y'all. I still sometimes just be like, boom, give me that contract because I want it. Boom. It don't take many times before you learn. And I'm telling you, pain can be a great teacher. You have a couple painful experiences that happened to me. Man, I don't fool around. D of Brown Girls Trade too asked me. She said, because I had a loss on, it was last week. I had some calls and puts. Anyway, she was like, "Did you blow your account?" I looked at her like, "Girl, have you lost your mind?" That's not me. Y'all know me. I do not purchase. I'm paying two contracts. I'm good. I could sit here all day and watch those two. I would never, and nobody should do this. You don't ever take all of your money or the bulk of your money that you're using to invest and put it out. No, that's a recipe for disaster. I never. And there are numbers, there are guidelines for this. They tell you what percentage of your investing account or your brokerage account you should be investing at any given time. Now, do I adhere to those? Y'all know I don't. Y'all watching me. Y'all seen the numbers? No, but do I ever put more than 50% of my money? No, no, that's just foolish. I don't think I that's somebody chasing. I don't know what you're chasing. You're chasing a win, maybe, or to make up some money. I'm not doing that. I literally am trying to learn, and I can learn with these two contracts. Anything more than that is too busy for me. I can't keep up with it. It's no longer fun. It has now turned into stress. These two little contracts, I could sit here all day, because at any given time, I can sell them, I can cash them in, I can take a loss, wait for a win. I can manage that. And I would suggest that if you're just starting, you can do anything you want with your money, but I would keep it tight. I try to keep it real tight. There is no shame in trading forward. There is no shame in trading $100 or a $50 contract for a $20 gain. Think about it. You just made $20 and you didn't even have to do anything. You made it with your computer. If you can master that, that's where I'm trying to get to. If I can master this, then I can move on. But I haven't mastered that yet. So, no, you don't have to worry about me blowing an account. I'm not going to put that money out there like that. I'm not willing to do it. Not willing to do it. And if you're okay with trading with me, like trading $100, hey, you found your people. I don't, if you got tens, hundreds of thousands, and you can put $3,000, $4,000 out and not be worried about it, go for it. I've done that, but that's not my everyday. This, what you all are seeing, is basically my everyday. I have these puts. I had a thesis. I am testing my thesis. It looks pretty true. And so I'm a roll with that. I'm a roll with it. I'm gonna roll with my two contracts. Everybody knows why I buy two, because at least if I decide to sell, I can leave one as a runner. And by runner, it just stays there. You leave that one behind and it picks up any extra, maybe movement, price movement, where you could earn a little more. You don't want to sell out of a trade or get out of a trade and then, or well, you can, but there's no worse feeling than wrapping up a trade and then that thing goes on to make like 2 times as much more money. So I generally always leave a runner. I'll buy two, and once I get a sizable or a satisfactory amount of profit, I'll sell one, and then I leave one, and then I just manage that one and make sure that it doesn't give back too much profit. And by that, a trade can turn. And so that's what we're doing. So y'all can see this. Y'all see this is clearly a downward trend. My thesis was correct. And I based that thesis on what I saw in the chart. I based the thesis on what I had heard in the news. So also, you're looking at futures and what are bond markets doing. You're taking all of this stuff into account. And guess what, y'all? I didn't even know that stuff 6 months ago. So if I can learn it, I think just being in the environment, just hearing it, just understanding, that the Federal Reserve, when they have a meeting, we're just becoming more financially literate. That's all we're doing. And it's not a class. You don't have to come every day. You can come some days. You can stay for 20 minutes. You can pop in and pop out. And hopefully when you're here, you pick up something. So that's what we're doing. That's all we're doing, y'all. We're trying to figure out how to manage these pennies so that we can have the retirement of our dreams. And it doesn't take a lot. It does not take a lot to learn this skill. I'm loving what QQQ is doing today, y'all. So let me pull it out. I'm going to pull the screen. You'll just see me for a minute, and I'm going to go and check on this money and to see how we're doing. Yes, this is what I like. This is what I like. She's doing very well. We're at 293.96. So we're 30 cents or 35 cents off of yesterday's close, which is good because I was already profitable yesterday. And so now we're adding some additional profits. I just need her to just get down. If she could shimmy down to that fibs that we put up, I put a fib line in, or Fibonacci's retracement. Woo, oh, let me move that because I just showed y'all. Yeah, how tight. Let me put her back onto the thingamaboodle. So yeah, we finally got profitable. And if it shimmies down to the 292 range, which is like another $1.87, I would be happy with that profit. So I can tell y'all right now I'm up on those two for the day. It's up about $95 in total. A little bit over $60. So y'all know I will at $100, and so it just crossed over $100. I will take $100. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I will take it. But it looks like the trend is going to continue. She's been going down, so I'm just going to hang tight. So those we purchased yesterday, I'll probably cash those out today. And we'll take the profit and call it, what it is. I might be out of here by noon. So I'll let you guys know if I sell them by noon. I'll let you guys know. So I'm just going to keep watching it go down, 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 down. All righty. Okay, y'all, I need a break. I'm going to take just a quick break. I will turn this news up so you guys can hear what's going on. And I'm going to go grab some juice, some tissue too. What am I looking for? This. I want to turn the news on because I didn't really have it on CNBC today. So let's see. This is a great little step down for QQQ. I like it. Little snaky pattern. Or we could go to TD Ameritrade.
Recently, again, this $37, $40. Let's see how the middle of this range. 2017 pre-pandemic levels, and then I wanted to just show you what I noticed here as far as areas of.
All right, y'all. I'll be right back in about 15 minutes. If
payment volume is $125 billion. It's as good as any fintech company. There are so many assets that are underappreciated for Intuit. And now MailChimp acquisition is a huge cross-sell opportunity. Just imagine they have 800,000 customer MailChimp. Now Intuit can take MailChimp and cross-sell into like 5-6 million of small businesses that you just QuickBooks. So huge cross-sell opportunity. On the consumer side, same thing. As you know, TurboTax is the dominant DIY software. And now with Credit Karma, they can start cross-selling, and a lot of opportunity you can see even on the Credit Karma side becoming, Credit Karma becoming a center for consumer finance. So when I look at it, I see that there is so much upside to earnings, not only revenue and earnings. And that's why we think that they can not only, see earning upside to our estimate, but also you'll see multiple expansion. That's why we're $650 price target.
I'm just scrolling through Refinitive's list here, and I think you're definitely by far the most bullish analyst on the street. Have to leave it there. CD, thank you so much. Lee Bull from Charles Schwab. Really appreciate both of your insights. One last quick check at the market, and we're looking at red arrows here, and those losses are picking up some steam. The Dow, the worst performer right now, off about 0.7%. Going to do it for Trading 360. I'm Caroline Woods. I'll see you back here at 2 p.m. Eastern for the watch list, but stay tuned because Fast Market is next.
Okay. All right. Well, looks like QQQ is still doing her thing. 292. This is all beautiful. Anything under 292, y'all, is pure profit. Pure profit. Today was a good day. It wasn't stressful. And I was already in 2 puts. So she just came in and hasn't just been going down ever since. I need that. But y'all, look at how long this thing has been oversold. That is how many minutes? That's a lot of minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. That's over an hour. Wow, that's significant. When you see this thing oversold like that for so long, man, I appreciate that. I needed that today too. And she could just keep on shimmying right on down. 282. If she gets down to 292.50, I might have to cash these jokers out. I'm just going to keep watching before I cash anything out. And I'm going to go back and look at my daily chart, because if my daily chart tells me that there's more downside to come, I might want to leave a runner. I might want to. So here's what the daily chart looks like. I hope you guys can hear me. This is what the daily chart looks like. Over hour week. Yes, so great, you can hear me for over an hour. Yeah. So here's the daily chart. This is each one of these candles represents one full day of trading. So this was yesterday's trading day, and you can see these are my price levels. We got underneath the 299, which is beautiful. And the next price level that I can expect that we should hit is the 290.29. That's the only reason I might hold these, maybe at least until the end of the day, because we already purchased the time on the contract. The contract is good for a whole week. So this is my daily chart, and I can see that it has been going down, kind of sitting here 2 days. We're going to look and see what happens. I'm hoping that it'll inch closer to 290.29. I wouldn't even feel bad if it cut right through that joker, but we are still $2 and say 50 cents away from that. So that's still a lot of downside. Here is what the volume looked like over the last 3 days. Clearly red days. Volume's a little light today, so I'll be watching that. But the RSI is going down. All of this looks good. This is still in a downward trend. All of this says we can still expect some more downside. So according to this chart, not what I think or feel, but according to this chart, we could expect some more downside. I'm loving the RSI is about at 44. Oh, it's 47.09. I'll be watching the RSI to see if it keeps going down. And it just did 47.04. If this RSI keeps going down, 47.05, 47.1, see, that's up, but it'll vacillate. But I'm just going to be watching my RSI. If it continues to go down, those are all good signs, because I want to see this thing go all the way down to, the point where it is over. These are sellers, oversold. That's where I'm going to put me a Post-it note on here for overbought, oversold. At any rate, these are those crosses that I was telling you about, when these lines cross up, when your 9 and your 13 cross over one another. Here is my 50 and here's my 200. So I'm telling you, I'm expecting that this is going to be a pretty strong price level, because look at the 200 is really right there. The 200-day moving average is right there with this fibs level. So I'm thinking that's going to be pretty significant. I would be curious to see how this price behaves around $290. What's it? It could bounce right off of it. It could bounce, or it could just go straight through, cut straight through, or it could consolidate. It could do any of those things. What I would love to see, please cut straight through that 290. That would be like, oh my gosh, that would be a nice little payday. So I'm just watching to see what it does today. Right now, 292.83, we're still in profit. And so I'll just be watching. That's the daily chart. That is the indicator that would make me say, well, maybe you could hold these since you've already paid for it. If it continues to go down, maybe you could hold it a little longer. But I promise you, that volatility overnight just does not agree with me. I like to take the profit when I see it. That's what I'm learning. But I'm gonna be considering. My decision today is, do I close out one of the contracts and keep one open with the hopes that this will continue to go down and at least get to this price level, 290, to test it? Because yesterday's low, let me go find it. I put it in the chat. Yesterday's low was 292. That's so interesting. 292.56. So let me go back over there and look at that level, 292.56. And we're talking about 290.29. So I want to see if it can get close to this 290.29. That would be great. Yesterday's low was 292.56. We haven't even taken that out yet, have we? 292.56. So I'm going to be curious to see if we get down lower than the low from yesterday. And so far, that's not the case. Let's see. Let's get back over here to the 5-minute. Oh, 292.55. Oh, shoot, that it. Whoa. I just said it. I just got it out of my mouth. 292.56. So it did get lower. Look at that, creating a new low. Hey. New lows are good. We'll take a new low. 292.55. Come on, QQQ. So that's all I'm waiting for, is to see how much lower it's going to go. Because of course, the lower it goes, the better it is, because we're holding 2 puts. And so the lower the price goes, the bigger the profit in this case. So if she shimmies over a little bit to this, because that's what it does, it'll come down and it'll kind of get back to this line, and it'll come down and shimmy back over and then continue its way down. I just want to make sure that she doesn't, reverse on us. That low, I like to look at these 2 candles here. I don't know. If too many more of these close green, I'm gonna take that as a signal. Is she trying to reverse course? So I'm gonna look to see how many. I'm gonna go to my 3-minute just to see, because I might want to pull one of these right now. I'm just going to watch to see what QQQ does here, because if it crosses over and starts to retrace and go right back up, I'm out. I'll take the profit and I'll run. Yes, I will. I'm not even sure if I'll leave a runner. It depends, because if she crosses these like she's doing, that's a lot. That's 3 minutes, 6 minutes. And she's going back up. Look at this trend change. Ew. I just don't know how long it's going to last. Okay. Thank you for that red candle. I need that. And then just continue on shimmying down. That's a whole different ball game. I'll hang around for that because it's right now. It got down to 292.55. It has retraced 40 cents, 50 cents, 50. Yeah, I don't like that. Certainly a whole 50 cents retraced, but we'll see. I'm going to be curious to see all of this. How does it cross? If it crosses and it keeps going, we got a little volume. We'll see. We'll see. But I am not into giving back profits. Not at all. I'm not into it. Should we hear anything? Oh, shucks. Don't forget the PCE numbers come out tomorrow. Okay. Keep talking to me. Yep, I have to remember. Okay, perfect. As long as y'all can hear me. So you know what I'm watching. I'm waiting to see how these next few candles close. If it looks like it's going to reverse and start heading up, we have seen that. We've seen that together, you guys, how QQQ can reverse and give back all of that, give it all back, go right back to the same price that it opened at. And we don't want to be here for that because I don't have time to be waiting around for another day. No, no, no. So I'm going to be watching this very closely, how these next few candles unfold. Yeah. If we don't get some more down, I'm going to close it out. I'm hoping that it rejects at this 293. If it stays under 293, yeah, all of this is good. Anything under 292, I'm taking it. I'm happy with this. Yeah, there's no crossover here yet. Although that you can see that little curl up. There's no crossover here yet. We're going to see. We're going to see 292.98, 292.94. All great. All good stuff. All good stuff. And I need Brown. Can you explain to us? Don't forget that the PCE numbers come out tomorrow. Brown Girls Trade too. Do you mind if you're still here? Can you give us some information? Like, why is PCE? What is PCE? And why is it important? I mean, I could look it up. You know, I could. But could you just briefly, if you can, what is PCE and why is that important? I know that news impacts the market, but what is PCE? And anybody, if you know what PCE is, because I would have to research it to tell you exactly what it is. I could probably take a stab at it. But you've got PP. I was going to say PPP. No, you have PPI data, all these initials. We should know what those things are. I just know that they're significant and that they impact trading and that you should be listening and watching. So, okay, you see me, I'm watching this. I'm watching y'all. 3, 6, 9, 12 minutes. I need to see if it rejects off of any of these. I'm hoping it does. Please just reject. If it starts to cut through these and shimmy its way up there, I'm going to sell because it's no reason for me not to. I made the money. I don't know. That's 3, 6, 9, 12 minutes. And we went from 292, let's say 55. That's up. I don't know. We'll see. I don't like it. I don't like those. I want to see red. Come on down. That could simply be some retracing. Could be. I don't know. Who am I to say? What do I know? I just Googled it. I don't know if Brown Girls Trade 2 is still here with us. I have to ask her. I'm gonna hit her up and ask. It's PCE. So we'll see. I'm hoping that she'll answer me back because I just hit her up to send her a message. I'm not sure. I know she's trading too. So we'll see. If anybody knows what it is, just chime in, let us know. If not, I'll make sure that we get it and I'll try to post it in the community tab, PCE data. I'm sure I could look it up under the education tab, which I might do. Let's go. Let's go to our education tab. I want to see if I type it in here, what do we get? PCE data. PCE. Let's see, PCE. I wonder if anything comes up. Data. PCE data. How to track and oh, look at this. All right. I hope y'all are really getting this. I really do. Because here it is right in our education tab. We can look it up and get it firsthand. Okay, so here is a video that we could possibly turn to as a resource. Let me get there. Oh. I hope that went through. Under the education tab, you guys, let me get caught up. Okay, so under the education tab, we've got how to track inflation using the CPI, CPE, and PPI indexes. It's the personal consumption. Okay, what does the E stand for? Personal consumption. Here it is, personal consumption expenditures. The price index and the producer price index. Thank y'all. Okay, so here's a video that we could watch. How long is this video? I don't know. Oh, 7 minutes and 40 seconds. I will try to link this video into the community tab. I'm going to go ahead, since we're watching, let me see, what is QQQ doing? 292.80. We love all of this. I'm going to go ahead and tap this video, you guys, so we can see what it is. Disclosures, content, blah, 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 blah. What? Not investment advice. We know that. Okay. How to track. Okay. I want to see if I can share this. Autoplay. This is one of my favorite. I like him. He's Cam. I don't know if you guys know who Cam is, but he's a presenter on TD Ameritrade's website. Consumer Price Index is CPI. Consumer Consumption Expenditure is CPE Price Index, and the PPI. So we've got CPI, CPE, and PPI. So here's the meaning for those. Let me see if I can capture this. Okay, I'm gonna capture this and put it in the chat. Consumer Price Index, blah, 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 blah. That's what all these things mean. So let's drop them in the chat. Bam, bam. There they are. And I'm going to turn the volume up on this video so that we can watch it together. Let me get over here, give y'all some volume.
The probability of a 50 basis point. The CPI is released by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, or BLS.
We're going to take it back and we're going to watch.
Policymakers, businesses, and investors all keep a close eye on inflation, which is the rise in cost of goods and services. A little bit of inflation is a sign of economic growth, while too much inflation can hurt the economy. But with millions of goods and services bought and sold every day, how do we actually know how much things cost across the whole economy? That's where the inflation indexes come in. Inflation indexes gather price data from various sources across the economy and compile them into one number to give a snapshot view of how much things cost. Seeing how much and how quickly prices are rising or falling can tell you a lot about economic growth that drives financial markets and your investments. There are three main inflation indexes that we'll focus on: the CPI, or Consumer Price Index, the PCE, or Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, and the PPI, or Producer Price Index. Each inflation index is compiled and calculated differently and has different purposes. Let's start with the Consumer Price Index, or CPI. The CPI is released by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, or BLS, every month. Simply put, it's a measure of Americans' purchasing power and is used by policymakers to understand the cost of items over time. To calculate the CPI, the BLS creates what's called a basket or collection of goods and services representing things the average American buys. The main basket is divided into sub-baskets like housing, main inflation index, clothing, which are weighted based on importance for consumer.
Hold tight, y'all. I'm trying to switch something out so that I can show you all the video and check on this money because it's going up. So hold tight because I want to share this window with you. Where is the entire screen? Okay. I don't know how to do that. I'll figure it out. I want to show y'all. Let's see. Share the screen. And which one am I trying to show? Window. Nope, not right. I'll figure it out. But I'm watching these numbers too. Okay, so this is what I want to share with you all. I want to share this screen. So I think it has to be a full screen, I think. Okay. Get over here. I want to share a screen. Window, entire screen. Nope. I'm figuring it out, y'all. Y'all know I am. I don't know how to do that. Okay, so here's the deal. I got to pull y'all out for just a second, and then I will get you back in just a minute. Let me go look at this money because it looks like it's changing. So let me get out of here. I got that. Okay. Let me look at this chart right quick. Yeah, she's shimmying up. I'm about to turn. I'm about to get out of Dodge. I'm about to get out of Dodge. Chart. Okay, we got one. 26. I don't know. Just so y'all know what I'm doing, I'm looking to see if I'm ready to sell because it looks like, you know, that's quite a bit of movement up. That's like 50 cents. I don't know. She's coming back down. So we'll see. But that's what I'm doing, just so you all know. I'm looking to decide if I want to get out of there. I can listen while I'm moving about. Yes, don't forget. Okay. I want to see if it's going to come back down. I ain't like that. That little move up. Because 50 cents is significant. That can make, you know, 50 cent move. That's some money. 2 contracts, I think that's about $100, to be honest with you. It's either $50 or $100. I can't remember, but we'll see. I want this to get back down under 293. If it goes back under 293, I'll hang because it's telling me that it is rejecting at 293, but it has to stay under 293 for me to stay. It has to get into 293, 292, get under 293 and the 292. I'll hang a little longer, but if it doesn't get under there and stay, I may be running. I'm running because that's profit for me, y'all. Hold tight. See, I don't know. That's what I'm looking at, just so you know. I'm still here with y'all. And I want to go back to that video too. Once I pull out of this, let's see, what time is it? 11:20, whatever time. Where am I? I want to go over that video too. Since we're here, we might as well watch it and find out what PPI, PCE, all of those numbers are. You might as well see all of that. 13, 15, I don't know. 19. I'm not sure. So I'm just watching. I think my cutoff, I would probably sell at 293. If we get up to 293, like 40, tapping at 50, I'm gonna have to come out because that's where I'm drawing the line. I will take profit at 293.50. I'm just hoping it doesn't get to 293.50. So 292s are very good. All right, so that's what I'm looking at. And right now it's at 293 and she's coming down. So okay, cool. I can hold off. I can hold off a little more. Okay. All right, folks, I'm going to try to bring that video back in too, because that's something that we need to know. So let me go ahead and re-queue that video up. It was under the education tab, and Cam is still talking. He's talking his little heart out. We're going to go back. I'm going back to the beginning so we can watch this video together. Okay, let me figure out how to get it back into the feed. Share screen. I know. This has to be smaller. It's so many little ticky things you have to do to get this thing to do what it's supposed to do. And y'all know, shoot, it's been months since I did it. Okay, there we go. So now I can share this video. Hide this. Okay, let me move that. Nope. Okay, so we got Cam in here. Thinkorswim. Okay, let me turn the volume up. And I'm going to watch this video with you guys. We're going to find out.
Policymakers, businesses, and investors all keep a close eye on inflation, which is the rise in cost of goods and services. A little bit of inflation is a sign of economic growth, while too much inflation can hurt the economy. But with millions of goods and services bought and sold every day, how do we actually know how much things cost across the whole economy? That's where the inflation indexes come in. Inflation indexes gather price data from various sources across the economy and compile them into one number to give a snapshot view of how much things cost. Seeing how much and how quickly prices are rising or falling can tell you a lot about economic growth that drives financial markets and your investments. There are three main inflation indexes that we'll focus on: the CPI, or Consumer Price Index, the PCE, or Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, and the PPI, or Producer Price Index.
I'm going to go back over those. CPI is Consumer Price Index, but I want to make sure that we got it right. I want to write that down.
That drives financial markets and your investments. There are three main inflation indexes that we'll focus on: the CPI, or Consumer Price Index, the PCE.
Okay, CPI is Consumer Price Index.
PCE, or Personal Consumption Expenditure.
Okay, PCE is consume. Let's go PCE again. I want him to say it again.
That we'll focus on: the CPI, or Consumer Price Index, the PCE, or Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index.
Personal consumption. Personal consumption. What's wrong with my brain? Expenditure. Okay, there it is. In price index. Okay. And let's hear the rest of those.
PCE, or Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, and the PPI, or Producer Price Index. Each inflation index is compiled.
Let's see, PPI is the Producer Price Index. PPI. Okay. So we got those. And let's keep going, Cam.
Compiled and calculated differently and has different purposes. Let's start with the Consumer Price Index, or CPI. The CPI is released by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, or BLS.
I hate to do it to y'all.
Simply put, it's a measure of Americans' purchasing power and is used by policymakers to understand the cost of items over time. To calculate the CPI, the BLS creates what's called a basket, or collection of goods and services representing things the average American buys.
Pricing crept up. Hold on a minute. It's just me and y'all for a second, because y'all know what I'm about to do. We didn't gave you all of those personal price expenditures, Okay, I got to go check on this because it's creeping up to 293.31, and I don't like that. I got to go. Let's see. Nope, 26. Let me see if it drops back down. I want to look at this chart, and I want to look at it on the 1 minute. Oh, yeah. That thing is doing its hop up. I don't know about that. How much more? I don't know. That don't look like no pullback to me, y'all. That looks like a reversal. 33, 34. Nope. 33, 32, 30. Okay, I'm gonna see. 29. Anything over 25. When it starts getting over like 25, I don't like it. 32, 34. Nope, I'm out. Okay, it just crossed up 34. No, I'm out. I'm good and out. 33, 40. Nope. I'm selling these two just because I can. And I'm out. 48, that's the 50 mark. That's what I said. We'll see if it rejects off of 50, but I'm out. If it crosses over that 50, y'all can count me as good as out of this trade. 45, 46. 42. I don't know if I want to leave a runner or not. 41. No. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm just looking to see if it rejects off of 50 and goes back down, because it could happen. So we're back down to 37, 35. Who knows? 36. I needed to get back under a quarter, like 293 and 25. If it goes down there, then I would sit a little longer, but 38. So I've created my closing order, and I want to just cash out because I don't want to give away much profit. And I don't know if you all can see this. I hope you can. I think you can. But this is what I'm looking at. And I'm looking at, is this a retrace? Because, that is unusual. It hasn't retraced that much at all today. I think y'all can see this. I think you can see it. Yeah. Anyway, I'll lift it up. That's what I'm looking at to determine if I want to kind of jump out of this, because that's a lot of give back. 29, come on down. 25. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I just wanted to share it. 36. Let me save it and look at this chart again, because she is doing a nice little, that's a 3 hop. I don't like it. 38, 37, 34, 33, 35. I think it's trying to creep up. Well, that'll bring us right up to our time, because I'm going to check out at noon. So I may be able to finish this trade up before I get out of here. 36, 35. Yep. 293. Although that level is down there, 292. See, this is where I get kind of caught. It's like, do I want to hang in there because we've already paid for the time and the daily chart? Let me look at my daily chart again. That's all I'm doing. Let me look at it. Does my daily chart give me reason to want to hang in there, or do I take the profit? And my daily chart is really saying we got some more downside. That's what the daily chart says. So I could potentially stay, but then, I don't know. I think I'm going to sell one and leave a runner. I think that's good, practical. We'll see. It's coming back down under 25. So if it gets back down under 292 and it continues down, then I'll hold these until the end of the day, or until I'm reasonably sure that it's done giving all it could give. I don't think it's given all it could give today. Yep. So that's it. That's trading for you. You're just making decisions all day. Like, what's the best decision to make right now for this money? And it looks like we're going to have a crossover. I'll bring you all back in to show you what I'm looking at. Let me get a good view so I can show you why I'm deciding to, I don't know what I'm deciding to do, to be honest. I think I'm going to hang tight for just a little longer. I'm going to hang tight. It's at 293.38, 36. I don't like any of that. 34, 35. I'm watching my RSI and stuff. So yeah, I will pull you in so you can see what I'm looking at. Let me look at it on the 5 too. See what this 5 minute says. Mm, 5, 10. I don't think we done with this up. Ugh. I'm looking and I'm selling. Yep, I'm selling. And matter of fact, I'm selling them both. And we'll deal with whatever comes from this. It's up to 44. I'm going to see if it retraces just a little bit. 45. If it gives a little bit back. And then if it gets back down to the 30s, I will sell. But 49.50, yeah, this is my exit right here. 48, 47, 49, 47. I don't know. Oh, 58.62. Let me get my tail out of here. We are selling and sold. I don't like that. And I put it in as a limit order. And so I don't like it that they don't feel like right away. Eating into your profits. So I'm just waiting to sell these two. What a crock. It's taking some time to sell. I'm going to cancel this order. Let me see what's happening. I need to look at my chart. It's up above that. No, I need to sell them. I'm ready to sell too. I don't know what's happening. I put in a limit order to sell both, and it's just taking a slow time to fill. So I'm going to exit that out and do it again. Yep. I don't like that. I hate that. Ew, who wants to give back any money? Not me. This sucker. I'm watching the price, folks. That's all I'm doing, watching the price, trying to get the best price to get out of here. Watching. Yeah, it's time to go. Come on. Okay, Sol, and Sol. Sheiks. Phew, I hate it. Okay, so let me pull this chart back in. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay. Phew. Can y'all see? Okay, y'all got all of the PPs and the PP and all of that. Yes, I took the profit, y'all. I should have taken it at that low. I should have taken it at the low. Could have taken it at the low. Not no should have. Could have taken it at the low. And I didn't take it at the low, but I'm out, which is good. So we live to fight another day, and it's still going up. I don't want that. That's not the direction. Yeah, it's up to 293.81. We'll see. Holy smoly cannoli. 2 puts from yesterday held over. We got back down under 292. I want to say it was 292.55 was the low. I could have cashed out there and I did not. I waited to see, and it got up above my 293.50, and that was where I drew the line. So I don't know exactly where I got out, but I got out before this 292.70. I mean 293.70. So yeah, that's it. 292.55. Yeah, that was a great low. That was a good run. I got a feeling this thing is going to retrace all the way back up. So somebody right now, this might be, see, I would be a little skeptical of this. I would wait for it to clear this too. That's a whole lot of daggone money though, between here and there. 293.77. That's like $2. 93, 495. Somebody could get a call. You could get 2 calls right here, or a call or 2, and see what it's gonna do. I just, I'm good. I'm good for the day. And that takes us right up to our 12 o'clock. Yep, I'm good. I'll be curious to see. So this is what I'll be looking for. It took out the low from yesterday, barely, because yesterday's low, I think, was 292.56. It barely took out that low, and then it started to reverse. So I got out of there because I don't know if this thing is going to give it all back or what it's going to do. And I don't need to be there to see. Hopefully it will reject and then just come on back down, but who knows? I don't want to speculate. I just want to take these little pennies and get to going with the rest of my day. So this is a good day. You could potentially make $100 and be out by 11:30, 8, 9, 10, 11. Y'all do the math. I'm okay with it. But I do want to encourage anybody, if you're curious about PCE, CPI, and the rest of that, please go watch that video. It's under I'll go to it. It's right under the education tab. I went right here. I think I hit Learning Center. Yep. And then I put in, nope, I went to here, which is, the education tab here. Voila. And I put in PCE, and this is the video that came up. So I'll let this finish playing out so that at least today, if you want to take some notes, we'll know what PCE and all those things are. So I'll go back where Cam introduces it, and we can watch this video together.
Your investments. There are 3 main inflation indexes that we'll focus on: the CPI, or Consumer Price Index, the PCE, or Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, and the PPI, or Producer Price Index. Each inflation index is compiled and calculated differently and has different purposes. Let's start with the Consumer Price Index, or CPI. The CPI is released by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, or BLS, every month. Simply put, it's a measure of Americans' purchasing power and is used by policymakers to understand the cost of items over time. To calculate the CPI, the BLS creates what's called a basket, or a collection of goods and services representing things the average American buys. The main basket is divided into sub-baskets like housing, food, and clothing, which are weighted based on importance and then averaged to find the overall CPI. For example, the CPI in January 2022 rose 0.6% and up 7.5% year over year. This dramatic increase was fueled by a combination of supply chain issues and economic stimulus related to the pandemic recovery. However, of the 8 baskets the CPI tracks, the 2 that rose the most from January 2021 through January 2022 were food, which rose 7%, and energy, which rose 27%. The CPI is used in a few ways. First, it's used as a cost of living gauge to determine government benefits like Social Security, food stamps, and pensions. It's also used to adjust Treasury inflation-protected securities, or TIPS, a type of government bond where the principal changes with inflation. Another common inflation index is the PCE, or Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index. The PCE is released monthly by the Bureau of Economic Analysis. It's similar to the CPI in that it measures the price of goods and services, but it weights the baskets that comprise it differently. Where the CPI checks in on 80,000 products, the PCE pulls its data from the Gross Domestic Product Report, representing 100% of the US economy, including nonprofits and corporations. The CPI is susceptible to large swings from one basket, whereas the PCE's formula smooths out the data. The PCE also accounts for consumer behavior changes in response to rising prices, making it more accurate than the CPI. Because of this, the Fed uses the PCE as its primary inflation metric when determining monetary policy. Traditionally, the Fed targets an inflation rate of 2%, which is in line with healthy economic growth and price stability. When looking at the PCE from 2020 through 2021, you'll see there was a sizable drop in spending due to the pandemic. 2021's results show Americans spent more year over year in a lot of sub-baskets, but more so on energy. For example, a combination of reopening economies and OPEC choosing to limit supply caused gas prices to soar. Finally, there's the Producer Price Index, or PPI. The PPI is released monthly by the US BLS, so where the PCE and CPI are measuring the experience of consumers, the PPI looks at what's going on with the producers of goods and services. It's created by 25,000 establishments sending approximately 100,000 price quotations every month. The PPI is calculated by dividing the current price of items received from wholesale sellers of products in a given basket by the prices of those same products in a base year, which is 1982, and then that number is multiplied by 100. The information is useful in a lot of ways. Producers can compare prices of a given product or industry to inform their pricing strategy. It can also be used to foreshadow price changes for consumers. The assumption being, if producers are paying more for wholesale, there's a higher chance consumers will pay more for retail items. The government uses the PPI to inform its monetary and fiscal policies aimed at limiting inflation. From January 2021 through January 2022, the PPI saw a wholesale price increase of 9.7% across the board. It shows that businesses paid a lot more for their goods than they did pre-pandemic. If businesses are paying more, the extra expenses could be passed along to consumers, which is what we're seeing in both the PCE and the CPI. I want to mention there are different variations of each of these indexes that alter one variable or another. So if you're interested in learning more or want to see how small tweaks alter the results, there's plenty more data to comb through. For example, each sub-basket that comprises the CPI has its own index. It's also important to point out how volatile the baskets of food and energy have historically been. Both baskets can swing violently in either direction, making long-term trends difficult to discern. Some economists look at core inflation, which strips out food and energy because core inflation tends to be more stable. So what does inflation mean for your portfolio? In the markets, high inflation is typically bad for fixed income investments like bonds or dividend stocks. That's because the fixed payments are now worth less due to a decrease in buying power. When inflation is low, you don't lose buying power, so investors are happy with their fixed payments. On the flip side, high inflation is usually good for value investing. Value stocks are companies trading at a lower price than what the company's performance, the actual bottom line, might suggest. Value stocks can have high dividend yields, low price to book ratios, and low price to earnings ratios. Value stocks may perform better in inflationary environments because the value of their earnings is more current than their growth counterparts. Further dated earnings tend to erode faster, so growth stocks may underperform. The CPI, PCE, and PPI together can paint a picture of inflation in the United States. Investors can use the information to investigate broader trends in different sectors. They're another useful tool in your investor tool belt.
All right, TD Ameritrade. I'm telling y'all, I love TD Ameritrade. And look at QQQ shimming up. Nope, not going to be there for that. Let's see. I'm going to put it on 15 minutes. Maybe we could see it clearly reversing this trend. Yeah. So I got out of there because I don't know what this is. So let me show you all what I'm looking at. You see it. You can see where you can see it was clearly a downtrend, and then we did this reversal thing. That was enough for me. I don't know, it might reject off of this and continue going down. Who knows? I won't be there. I won't be there. This thing right here could be a shakeout too, to shake folks out. But I don't know. See, look at that. Look at that. Don't trust it. Don't trust it. All of this for me, this waning of this downward trend, we had been in a good downward trend most of the morning. And then we were these are sellers, we were oversold, and then it started to break up. This is what concerns me. When it starts crossing over these, yeah, either if it rejects and continues down, great. God bless everybody. But I took profit somewhere in here. So it retraced and gave a little bit of that back. And that's what I'm not here for. I'm not here for giving back profits. I'm not here for giving back the profits. But I did appreciate that TD Ameritrade. I'm trying to put it in the chat. That video. TD Ameritrade. Yeah. On CPI, CPE, and PPI. So at least now we know what it is. I'll go back and rewatch that video because we should know. I've heard those terms. I know it has something to do with inflation, but now we know. And what I like about them is that they give you the whole, explanation. So I love TD Ameritrade videos. Y'all check out that video on CPI, CPE, and all the rest of that stuff. Just so that we know, we don't have to guess. We can go right to the source. Okay, so it looks like it may be rejecting from here, but we'll see. I don't know, but that's it for today, you guys. I'll hide this comment. I sold the puts. We took advantage of all of this. It got down to 292.55. It took out yesterday's low. Yesterday's low was 292.56. And then it started to reverse. And so I don't know what it's going to do, but we don't have to worry about it because we are out of that trade. So I don't have any money out in the investing streets. I'm going to look at the profit and loss in a little bit. And just as long as I got out of there with some, with some profit, I'm happy. We'll see what happens. All right, folks. I hope everybody is trading today. I hope folks are making some money. I hope you learned something new today. We certainly talked about CPI, CPE, and PPI. If you didn't get that, go back, watch the video. We talked a little bit about what the indicators do. We always talk about that. We talked about the candles indicate. And I even mentioned Fibonacci's retracement. If you don't know what that is, please go back and look at the video on support and resistance. All of this information is free. All of it is out on the internet. And we are done for the day. So thank you, guys. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, Elle. See you guys back here next week. I think I'm just going to do Tuesday and Thursday. Oh, that would be great because that's the day that Kathy is doing her journals. So maybe I'll get up early on Tuesday and Thursday and journal with Kathy in the morning and then be ready for live trading. So maybe Kathy and I can work something out because I want to make sure that I'm there for her on Tuesdays and Thursdays mornings to journal, and I need to do that. So Tuesdays and Thursdays will be our live trading days. I will do a half day like we did today, and I'll just keep y'all in the loop what I'm trading and how it's going. And we'll keep learning as we go. Marilyn and Elle, thank y'all. Thank you everybody that checked in today. And I'll see you guys back here next week. Happy trading, folks. See y'all later. Later, Gators. Thanks, Marilyn. Thank you for everything. I'll see you in a bit. Adios, folks.